What's going on, everybody? I am so sorry. I've been trying to get my internet to work for 30 minutes. Y'all see how I know it I am. I had to get Evelyn up. How y'all doing? Y'all come on in and hit the like button. I'm not even going to scroll to the top of the comments. My apologies. Couldn't get my internet working. My computer was frozen. Had to reboot it. Can y'all just hit the like button? Tell me what number you are. And say what's up to Evelyn. She's so big mad. Oh, Candace, you dumb demon. I heard you been cutting up over there on X today, you little moron. This alien would never learn. Y'all, somebody sent me a comment over here on X. To me, it fax me. Why is this? Why people keep trying? Keep trying me. Sean Ryan's got like a 5-second promo or something from his bummy ass interview. I'm sure he did. Like, dude. Oh, Lord have mercy. Somebody admitting though. Somebody said, who it is? Hold on, let me show y'all this. This girl had me laughing. Hello to everybody. Shout out to all the mods. Juju, Francisca, Rosa. Francisca, I got your email. So for our Umar / Carmelo Anthony live stream this evening, I will be reading an email's a summary of information that Francisca, one of our fantastic researchers, sent over to me. And I meant to read it yesterday and forgot. So she sent me a reminder to read it in the next live stream. And I will be. Y'all, what's going on, Mother Earth? Yeah, meet Evelyn. Is from the retarded version of Wiz. Candace. Y'all know she's sensitive to water. Be gone, you evil, wicked doer. Oh, we get to have fun with this. What's going on, Ginger Spice, Caleb? How y'all doing? Let's get some music up right quick. Y'all doing well? Shout out to all the mods up in here, all the member supporters and everyone, all Luxters. Good evening. Happy Monday. Hopefully you guys are having a better day than I was or am or whatever. My internet was acting up. It had a whole tantrum. It was like, no, I want a nap. I was like, no, I got to reboot this laptop, figure out what's going on. It's time to upgrade a little bit. I mean, when I say upgrade, it's time for me to upgrade devices. Like I need a new phone, new laptop. Yeah, it's time to upgrade, but it'll happen slowly. Like the phones are definitely. I got to get 2 phones. The phones are definitely foremost important. But we'll get there. What's going on, Rosa? Don't stop. I see you up in here. How you doing, honey? Haven't seen you in a minute. Sal's up in here, y'all. Everybody speak to everybody. Hope y'all had a great weekend. Good day, Jackie. Oh, we got some cash apps too. See, I gotta remind myself to give shout outs for the cash apps. I think we did like a $1 challenge yesterday. You guys are amazing. You all blessed my soul. And I want to thank you. Jackie Rowland sent a couple cash apps on yesterday, and then Ginger Spice sent over a $20 cash app on Saturday. Thank you. Oh, you guys are awesome. So I thank you all so much for the cash apps. I want to make sure I give you all your flowers and show my gratitude of appreciation because you didn't have to do it, but you did. And I bless God for it. It does go back to the channel, y'all. This Xfinity is ridiculous, but it's $70. So, but thank you all so much for all the contribution. I just want you all to hit the like button and make sure you all are hyping the videos. Next to the download button, you should see hype. It looks like a star, like the more you know star. It literally looks like that. It has a little streak behind it and everything. That's the hype button. Okay. So when you go on my channel, go to one of my previous live stream videos, and you'll see the like and all that, the super button, the download button, and then the hype button. Click that button. You get 3 hypes a week. So we need people hyping up these videos, all right? And make sure you hit the like button as well. That's one of the biggest blessings to the videos that you all can do, is to keep it in the algorithm. We are here for it. Y'all, let's get to this. Oh my God. Y'all say what's up to Evelyn. You having a fit. Yeasty is acting up. Y'all. It's always been $70. It's just the internet too. It's not even included cable. Stupid Comcast. Listen, please call them and say, can y'all lower the bill for Lady Luck Club? The internet is ridiculous. It's stupidity on steroids. You know, I told that guy when he came in here and installed this thing in here. And he started laughing at me. I said, man, this bill is stupidity on steroids. $70 a month. You can't make this up. What's going on, Miguel? Dude, did I see you? See up in here? Shout out to the mods, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all look. Yeasty is Candace says she pregnant. Candace. Is the baby gonna come out of that slime, or what we expecting? Candace, how this gonna go? Y'all know this is in the Wiz. Evelyn was sitting on a toilet. This is a toilet. Okay, nice. Oh, we can go in on your dumb ass. Yep, just the internet. Just the internet. Yeah, they money hungry. Let's go to X right quick. I gotta show y'all this comment. Somebody thought they was trying to clap back. Y'all see this person, Jess at Jess MT. Jesse, is it Jess or Jesse? I don't even know which one it is. Oh, Lord have mercy. Little YouTube channels like at Lady Luck Club LLC and at Facts Me, who is egocentric girl. That's not Facts Me. Like Stephen Lancaster. That's the wrong Facts Me. Constantly making bashing vids on real Candace. Oh. It's probably the grossest thing I've seen lately. The audacity of you, Jess. You don't see the slime coming out of her. How is this not gross? The audacity. Y'all see, look at it. Yeasty is having babies or something. Yeasty over here having babies. This heifer talking about that's the great. My video is the grossest thing, but not this yeast coming out of Candace. You can make this stuff up. Jess, I'm gonna give you something to be gross out over. You understand me? You're not that smart, girl, or boy, or whatever you are. Could just be a bot. I don't give a damn. You're not that smart. This is the grossest thing you will see come out of Candace. She's been stuck with this yeast infection so long it turned green, and now it looks like slime. We don't know if she's peeing or oozing. The hell you mean? This is gross. Never force me to have to prove a point. I will do it in an epic fashion, heifer. The audacity. Oh, she's so big mad. Let me. Oh my God. First of all, Lady Luck talking about evil. Is that a whole question? This is the whole question. Are you missing some words? That's not proper grammar syntax. Is this it? Girl. First of all, Lady Luck talking about evil. I am queen of YouTube. You refer to me as queen. You understand me, Jesse? MTT. Let's not make that mistake again. What about black on black hate? What about it? I'm going to continue to give my criticism and put my foot on Candace's neck. I don't care if she's black or as green as this ooze you see coming out of her body. You understand me? If her skin color turned this same green that's coming out of her, and that ends up being her face color, I'm gonna still put my foot on her neck. My foot on her neck. You understand me? Can't make this up. It's about black on black. Black on black hate. Candace, I never said I hate you, Hell. Candace is the one saying I hate everybody. In a whole show. I clipped it. She said I hate everybody. Jesse MTT. I'm gonna send that clip. Because you tried me, girl. Or boy, or whatever you are. Yeah, this is the stuff that, and we're gonna speak about this with Ryan on July 1st. This is the stuff that Russia wants you to hone in on as well. Oh, let's sit here and probing on the race thing. That don't work on me. That don't work on me. You know why? Because nobody in Russia is paying my bills. Neither is Jesse MTT or Candace. They're not paying my rent. That don't work on me. It does not get me to stop talking about her. Because you sitting here talking about black on black hate. You just put words together. I don't have to hate somebody to say that they're wrong. Candace is wrong and evil and a demon, and she said she's an alien. We said, okay, we'll go with that. We gave her one. That just shows we're not being hateful. She said, I'm an alien. We said, okay. So we're going with that. So when we say that she's an alien, we're simply repeating what she told us. Are we not? Hit the phone. Hit the phone if y'all remember her saying she's an alien. Hit the phone. I want to see phones in the chat. Hit the 4 because Jesse, like I said, I got to prove a point in an epic fashion. Hit the 4 if you all remember Candace calling herself an alien. We all like, oh, cool. That's what you want to call yourself with it. We'll go with that. You little dumb alien. You evil dumb alien. You evil dumb black ass alien. Like, we can just go there. What does her being black have to do anything with anything? I don't hate her. I find it absolutely disgusting and deplorable for her to mock God, disobey the scripture, and claim to be a Christian talking about Christ is king. Keep on with that mockery. God knows how to get you far better than I can. I, on the other hand, will call you out. And my soul sleeps peacefully at night when I do it. You know why? Because even in the word of God, it says that even as we as Christians are to come together and help to rebuke, reprove, to correct each other in love. This is as loving as it's going to get, Candace. Because I don't owe you soft, gentle tones. I don't owe you that. But not one time have I ever said that I hate Candace Owens. I have never said that. And I never will. Candace doesn't have that type of effect on me to get me to hate her. I hate the devil. I don't hate her. She's an alien. Keep watching, Jesse MTT. Keep watching. I want you to pay attention because I'm going to show you how it's done. And I'm still black. She's still black. And it's not going to stop me from talking about her. That talking point does not work on me, girl. You look like a girl based on your profile. That talking point don't work on me, girl. That's some little high school shit you talking about. Women on women hate. What is that? So that means that Candace, who said she hates everybody, hates Erica Kirk because Erica Kirk is a whole grown woman. Hence what I said. Black on black hate is absurd when it comes to accountability and telling the truth. If you're trying to infer women on women hate, then Candace, the dumb demon, is guilty since Erica Kirk is a whole grown woman as well. Go read a book. Girl, if you don't go read a book, you don't have the vocabulary to keep up with me. I can guarantee you that. And I don't say that with hate. I say that with all the love that I got in me. Let the church say amen. You can't make this up. So I have never once said I hate Candace. Candace, I want you to keep on talking. I don't even want you to shut up. I've never said that either. Have y'all ever heard me say, Candace, I wish you would go shut up. Just stop talking. Just stop. No, keep talking. Keep giving everybody evidence to sue you in court. Keep giving Erica Kirk more evidence to ensure that she gets a protection order granted against you from a court of law. Why would I want her to stop talking when she's telling on herself? Candace, put your foot in your mouth. Just shove it down there. Evelyn. That don't scare me. And you see this weaponization of race. Oh, you're a woman. You shouldn't be saying anything about a woman. What the hell wrong with you? If women stop talking about women, then they'll start talking about men. I mean, what's left? That and animals. You will be gossiping about dogs and cats. You seen that cat over there licking her paw? The audacity. Child boo. We gonna get to it, y'all. Now that we've laughed for the day. Child boo. Let's go over to YouTube, where I want to see a little Artie Trolls. Y'all want to see a little Artie Trolls? I want to see a little Artie Trolls. Artie Trolls. Come to the front, sir. Mama love you. Artie Trolls did a video on her emergency stream. And we are here for it. So I'm going to get in on this over on YouTube. And then we're going to go straight to the expose that Nemo did with her relative. From that point,
people spend so much
time. Hold on.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
There we go. There's Artie. So make sure you guys go and show your love and support for Artie Trolls and give him a thumbs up. He's so adorable. It's all I ask for, guys. Please give me a thumbs up on it. Oh, he's so adorable. So make sure you give him a thumbs up after you give a thumbs up over here in the Lady Luck Club. And hit the phone where you can see it here. Let's get to it.
Tomorrow, we'll be back on our normal schedule. I tried something a little different. It didn't really work out, so I'm just going to keep doing things like this, 3 videos a day instead of just 1. So, we'll get that going. Starting tomorrow again, we'll have it all back to normal. Anyway, guys, before we get started, please give me a like and subscribe. It's mainly what I ask for. I also have memberships opened up. Nobody's obligated to do anything like that. I don't ask for anybody to go and spend money. But if you're interested, you will see this video about an hour before everyone else does if you become a member, and you get cool little badges. So, if you want to do that, that's really cool. I mainly just want likes and subscribes. It's what helps grow the channel, and that's really my main focus. Thank you all so much for being here. Candace Owens did an emergency broadcast. Emergency. And we really learned nothing new. And this episode was anything but an emergency, and I can prove that. She hinted this yesterday, or, well, the day before she did this video. So, unfortunately, Candace, you're just full of crap, and I'm going to show you guys. Let's jump right on into this. She makes a lot of accusations without any proof. She releases some photos that show absolutely nothing, and that's it. This is a waste of time episode that I'm going to break down for you guys. Let's get started here.
All right, you guys, thank you for your patience. Obviously, we're a little early today because we were not supposed to be on air at all today. We don't really even have
I don't believe you.
Have a show. I think you'll start to realize this is more of an open investigation. We're going to be asking you a lot of questions and asking for your contributions because we are not an expert at everything.
You're an expert at nothing.
Or really, I guess, any of the isolated things that we've been covering on this show. We have really been relying on people at home to help us figure out what happened to Charlie Kirk as we've put together.
Yeah, that was probably a bad idea. We're relying on everybody at home. We don't fact check. We don't verify. We don't know who we're talking to. We don't show any evidence.
Together timelines and pieces of information. Anyway, the reason I'm on air is because I spoke with Baron Coleman yesterday evening, and he convinced me that some evidence that he knew that I had positively needed to be shared before we went away for 2 weeks.
Candace admitting that she has a ton of evidence that she is withholding. And her excuse in this episode, I'm not even going to play it. Her excuse in the episode is, what do you think, I'm dumb and just going to release it all at once so then they have time to think about their response? It's what they do when you release it one at a time. It just makes it easier. It's such a dumb concept. You release one piece of information, now they have time to just focus on that one piece of information, Candace. It would be a lot better and a lot more strategic if you released everything at once. Because then they would have to take a lot of time to respond. And then people will get suspicious of that. That's a much better move. But whenever you give them one little piece of information, it gives them minutes to figure out a response. Not very smart, Candace. You're not really thinking that hard.
And he gave me his reasons as to why it was so significant. And I rebutted about the timing. He obviously knew why we wanted to hold on to it, but I ultimately concluded that Baron Coleman was right. Now is the time to share it and to allow you guys to contribute before we go away. So welcome back to Candace.
Yeah, the only reason why she wants to not release it is so she has content. But here we go. This is just proof right here that Candace Owens was going to do this episode no matter what.
For surgery. That's their job. And I wonder also if that part of him saying that was to prepare us for bruising that we're going to learn was on Charlie's chest in the autopsy. That I wonder.
You mean the photos that you all ended up getting? Which the photos that they ended up showing, Baron Coleman only shows it. Candace doesn't show it in this episode, which I don't know why. I guess she's going to hold on to some more evidence for a later episode. But there's like some marks on Charlie, like right underneath his man chest there. And it really doesn't show a lot. There's a possibility that the seatbelt was up against him. There's a possibility it was from the AED. There's the possibility that it was just from compressions, or we really don't know. Obviously, she didn't show it because she hasn't crafted a narrative around it yet, but it's kind of funny to hear her admit that she has, like, she knows about certain things.
I wonder if that's the reason why. Because if you look online, like if you just Google defibrillator marks, I bet they go, oh, yeah, no, there are some marks, burned marks on Charlie. But
now, this is the thing. The marks on Charlie that Baron Coleman did, that would have been better information to show here in this episode than the information you show. So let's get into it, because she's admitting she still has more photos. She's holding on to this.
Kirk's neck. I can say
and it's funny, emergency stream. She's had these photos for how long? And then it's just because Baron Coleman was like, oh, you should go ahead and do an episode on it. Oh, that couldn't have waited till you got back. Now's the time. She's had these photos for months. For months, she's had them. At least probably 9 months.
Unequivocally. And you saw that we began to reintroduce a theory that John Bray had been working on for a very long time regarding an explosive. He was convinced from the very beginning, John Bray, that...
Yeah, but not Blake Bednar's, right? The actual original guy you talked to that you're on video talking with. You threw him under the bus because he didn't like that you weren't going with his theory, that you went with the foldable AR theory instead. It made him mad because it felt like you were just playing around with theories, and then you got mad at him, and now you won't mention the guy who originally brought up the actual theory. So isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane? She also goes on to say that she doesn't believe Tyler Robinson wasn't there, which is just so silly because we have his pictures of him being there, and there's no reason to believe that he wasn't there. Like, even if he is just, even if he didn't pull the trigger, why would they be like, make sure you don't go there at all? So when we frame you, it gives other people the ability to question whether you were there or not. That's just such a stupid thing. Of course, I'd at least make him walk this campus so people see that he was there.
I want to go back to her saying that she was relying on everybody at home and sitting on evidence. Because Candace, this is why I want you to keep on talking, you dumbass. You have no idea what you just said. Oh, Candace, you don't know. So let me play it again in case Jess MTT is looking and watching. Let me show you how it's done, Heifer. Pay attention.
A lot of questions and asking for your contributions because we are not an expert at everything.
Candace, you're not an expert at anything. Where's your degrees in journalism and English? Why are they not posted on the back wall? You're not even an expert at, expressing yourself in the English language. Bureau. It's pronounced bureau. Accolades. You barely read. Candace, see, this is why you tell your cult members, Lady Luck Club's not the one. Please don't go there with her. Because I'm about to tell you why, Candace. I don't want you to stop talking. I want you to put your foot in your mouth, Heifer. And then shove it all the way down there. Go on down there, Evelyn. Evelyn, keep going. Because you just messed up. And it was a post about this on X. And I said this very thing I'm about to say and show you all. Because, we got evidence and documentation of it.
You're an expert at nothing.
Or really, I guess, any of the isolated things that we've been covering on this show. We have really been relying on people at home to help us figure out what happened to Charlie Kirk as we've put together.
Yeah, that was probably a bad idea. We're relying on everybody at home.
Why? Candace, why are you relying on people at home? Impersonating investigators is a federal crime. I've already shown the law on that. And it's just a matter of people filing a complaint against you with the FBI and CIA for impersonating investigators, federal investigators. You're not an investigator, you little dumb heifer. You're just not. And you trying to purport yourself and give this impression that you are is pathetic. You're barely educated. And then she rails against people going to college. Why don't you just go to school and study criminal law? Criminal justice, even if you didn't want to become an attorney or even a lawyer. You could have studied criminal justice. Go get a paralegal certificate. Because Lord knows you refuse to show us your 2 degrees in journalism and English. They have nothing to do with criminal law, justice in general. Nothing. From the legal spectrum. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You won't even read how to cite laws. Candace, you're an idiot.
We don't fact check. We don't verify. We don't know who we're talking to. We don't show any evidence.
Together timelines and pieces of information. Anyway, the reason I'm on air is because I spoke with Baron Coleman yesterday evening, and he...
Is that the dude that's supposed to be a whole attorney that can't make a legal argument as to why Brian Harper's lawsuit is valid and has merit? It's funny, in case you all didn't know, and I want to make sure I clarify this. The motion to dismiss that she is going to be filing will be a partial motion to dismiss. When it says in discrete parts, it will be nitpicking through certain parts of the complaint, asking the court to dismiss it. And it has to be based on the finding of fact, law, and evidence, right? So it's not a motion to dismiss in its entirety. It's a partial. And whatever discrete parts that they're going to go through and try to fine-tooth comb through, it won't be because Baron Coleman said so. Because what his dumbass said was that the entire lawsuit had no merit. Funny how Candace gets, 2 attorneys that we've seen notifications for appearance for so far. And they're not even trying to dismiss the entire complaint. They're certainly trying to dismiss discrete parts, certain parts of it. It'll be a partial. So Baron Coleman was absolutely wrong about that. And I wanted to make sure I clarify that. She's going to seek a motion to dismiss, but not for the entire complaint. It'll be seen as a partial. Does that make sense? Hit the floor. When you see indiscrete parts, they're not seeking the entire complaint to be dismissed. They're going to pick certain things out of it to try to say, maybe there should be some corrections or an amendment or rephrasing. We have some questions. Is there a finding of law on this? It's things like that. Does that make sense? See, Baron Coleman said it has no merit at all. Obviously, Candace's own attorneys disagree vehemently, which is why I said Baron Coleman will never be able to make that dumb, moot point that he was yelling about on his YouTube video in a court of law. He would not be able to present a legal argument as to why the entire complaint has no merit. Because he's an idiot. And he should be disbarred. Candace, why in the hell would you listen to that moron? Didn't I tell you all he didn't have a counterclaim at all? He had no point to prove. I didn't even play his video on my platform because it's absolute garbage. And he's stupid. I said he will never go to court and try to make that legal argument. All that shit he said in his YouTube video talking about, it has no merit to it. This is absolutely ridiculous. They're going to throw it out. All that BS he said to sit here and to simp for Candace Owens. Funny how her own 2 attorneys do not agree. Because, see, YouTube is not court. And going to court is not like doing a video on your YouTube channel. Baron Coleman can yell whatever he wants on YouTube. But he knows he can't take that nonsense to a federal court and say that in front of a federal judge. They will sanction his dumb ass. He's a moron. It would just be embarrassing to hear him say all this crap. If you all haven't seen his video, watch it. Watch it. Oh, yeah, she's saying that he's still alive. That's the new conspiracy theory. Child, she wanted to know where he was buried. Now she's like, oh, he's still alive. Candace don't know what she wants to say. She let her dumb coat and bots tell her what to think and say. She's an idiot. Somehow I'm supposed to care that she's black. I don't care about that. Stupidity knows no color. So if her being stupid is not a matter of race, why should me calling her out be a matter of race? The dumbest shit. You know that comment had to come straight from Russia. Kiss my ass. I don't care how they feel. Oh, man. So all this crap Baron Coleman is telling her will not work in court. Baron, whatever his name is, I don't care. Baron Coleman is not her attorney. And none of this crap that he's saying, this so-called legal advice he's giving her when she has 2 attorneys she's actually paying, will not work in court because her own attorneys are not even seeking a full dismissal of the complaint. Meanwhile, Baron Coleman is telling her, oh, they're going to dismiss the whole thing. It has no merit. It is invalid. This is all absolute garbage and hoopaloop and kerfluffle. It's the kerfluffle of it all. But her attorneys seem to disagree. Because if they felt the same way, they would seek a full dismissal. Their intention is to file a motion to dismiss in discrete parts, meaning a partial. So they're not studying none of that shit that Baron Coleman is saying. And he should be disbarred. People should be reporting him to the Bar Association. He's an idiot. Candace, Baron Coleman is not your attorney. Why are you taking advice from him? Your own attorneys aren't even listening to him because they would just seek a full dismissal and say that the actual complaint lacks merit. They're not even doing that. Why are you listening to this moron? You got 2 attorneys representing you. Talk to your damn attorneys, you moron girl. You dumb alien. You can't make this up. It's the yeast infection, y'all. Y'all see how bad it is. Look, after all these years, we get to see how yeasty has morphed. Okay. And she's sitting here listening to Baron Coleman. I've talked with him and he convinced me to do so. He should convince you to do shit. Because you have 2 attorneys that you're paying all those billable hours for. Why is Baron Coleman convincing you to do anything? Someone that allegedly has a valid bar license should not be convincing you because that sounds too much like advice. Boy, these Macron's attorneys, Diane, you are on the money. They are laughing out loud. They're like, oh, Lord have mercy. Boy, this is going to be so easy. Boy, we never had it so easy. She can't keep attorneys over there in the Macron lawsuit. She got 2 attorneys for Warren Harper lawsuit. And yet she's sitting over here listening to Baron Coleman. Candace, you're an idiot. He's not your attorney. Now do whatever you want, Candace. Do what you want to do. Because either way, we're just going to call you out on it. And that's it. I'm going to call your black ass out on it because all of a sudden your cult members in Russia seem to think that race is somehow important over here in the Lady Luck Club when it's not. Not proving that. I don't know. It is completely irrelevant. Candace, you're an alien. I don't care about what skin color you have in human form. You said you're an alien. We said, okay. So that's it. You could be blue underneath all of that. So tell Jessie MTT her being black might not even be her true skin color. If she's an alien, she could be blue. We should have did this blue. All right, Artie, take it away.
Convinced me that some evidence that he knew that I had positively.
He knew you had it, but you forgot you had it. You sitting on evidence, Candace? Is that what you about to tell me? Come on, girl. I want you. Oh, let me get ready. Y'all, hold on. Let me get ready. Candace about to tell me something juicy. I know you listening, you dumb heifer. Pay attention, Jessie MTT. I'll teach you something. Oh, she about to let me rearrange. Got my candy over here. Oh, Oh, Candace, let it rip. Okay, and go.
To be shared before we went away for 2 weeks.
You had
Candace
evidence.
admitting that she has a ton of evidence that she is withholding. And her excuse in this episode, I'm not even going to play it. Her excuse in the episode is, what do you think, I'm dumb and just going to release it all at once so then they have time to think about their response?
Where is it? I want to play it. He doesn't play his? He's not going to play it?
It gives them minutes to figure out a response. Not very smart, Candace. You're not really thinking that hard.
They gave me his reasons as to why it was so significant, and I rebutted about the timing. He obviously knew why we wanted to hold on to it, but I ultimately concluded that Baron Coleman was right. Now is the time to share it and to allow you guys to contribute.
How long have you been sitting on this, Candace? 9 months? Charlie Kirk has been deceased for 9 months. How long have you been sitting on this evidence? You and these impersonating CIA investigators breaking federal laws. How long have you been sitting on that? Candace, you were sitting on evidence related to a criminal investigation, particularly a murder case. Because you said that. You're sitting on it. You were withholding it this whole time intentionally. Girl, boom, shakalaka. Is withholding evidence from a criminal case illegal? Yes. Baron Coleman didn't tell you that? Baron Coleman sucks. They should be revoking his law degree and definitely his bar license. This is why you don't listen to him. He's not your attorney. He's not your attorney. You have 2 attorneys that you could call. Hey, I know this is not related to my lawsuit where I'm going to lose like hell. But I got some, I got a question. And I'll pay for this session. But if you guys, if you know someone, I know someone that's holding on to some evidence related to a murder investigation. Should that person just turn it over to the authorities? The prosecutor even? Shouldn't they be forward, should they just continue to sit on it? Is it illegal? Will they get in trouble? Like, can they be charged? If Lady Luck Club decided to report me to the feds, like, how would that go? And Jesse MTT talking about black on black hate. Girl, you don't kick rocks. Your cult leader is sitting here withholding evidence in a criminal case that is absolutely illegal. And she's doing it intentionally. And this goon, Baron Coleman, told her, you might want to share that publicly. So, because the Lady Luck Club is not going to let that fly. Why you didn't give that to the authorities? Candace, that's a good question. God wanted me to ask you, why didn't you give this so-called evidence to the prosecutor? Or to the authorities in the state of Utah? Or the FBI? Because, you're impersonating them all day. You and your so-called mommy slews that should be investigated for that, because you can't hide behind YouTube channels thinking that they can't get a subpoena to uncover your profile IDs. They can catch you if they want to. So you and the mommy slews that are impersonating federal investigators, violating federal laws, have been sitting on evidence related to a criminal matter, a criminal case, a murder case of someone you claim to be like a kid brother that you were in love with. And you didn't say anything this whole time. And you were intentionally withholding it because you're talking about playing chess, not checkers. Heifer, this is not a game. A man lost his life on national television, was assassinated in front of thousands of people in person. in front of millions virtually. Videos to which you have seen from various angles because you are obsessed with watching Charlie Kirk die. And you didn't think that any evidence that you have should be turned over to the prosecutor, to the authorities, to the FBI. You just sat on it because you playing a game? A one-person game at that, because ain't nobody playing this dumbass game with Candace Owens. You think I'm going to sit here and withhold evidence for a murder of someone I loved and cared for as a kid brother to me? And sleep peacefully at night? This evil-in, dumb-ass alien is sleeping peacefully at night. She thinks this is chess and checkers. Games. Candace, you're not that smart to pronounce basic English terms. So no one is playing your dumb-ass game, your retarded version of chess. Why would you not want to give any evidence that could possibly be material to the authorities, to law enforcement? If it's material, then they will make sure that the jury sees it. The people that matter the most, that can put the bad guy in jail. Or is it because you know your dumbass evidence will have no one locked up? And not even the defense legal team for Tyler Robinson gives a shit about you roaming the earth, let alone giving them some information. While you and your mommy slews are playing chess, but claim that you love Charlie Kirk so much. We're going to sit and intentionally withhold evidence. Who knows? That could be material, maybe not, but why sit on it as if we know the law when we can give it to the people that might be able to make good use of it in the court of law, where it matters? Funny how this so-called evidence has no one locked up sitting behind bars right now. I mean, you know, you called for Erica Kirk to be jailed, or at the very least, you said, or at least investigated. And you can't even articulate a crime with her. And you accusing her of murder with no evidence is absolute defamation. Erica Kirk, you're going to have to sue her. Because this is not a game. Candace, this is not chess or checkers. This is a crime. You dumb alien. You crash land on our planet and you don't want to learn laws. Why are you still in the United States of America? Clearly you don't care about our laws. Get your ass out of our country, Candace. Leave the U.S. Take your ass to Russia. No one will stop you. Goodbye. Tell John Mappy you meet his punk ass over there. Can't make this up. Especially if it is done deliberately to obstruct justice, hide the truth because she thinks she's playing checkers or chess or whatever the fuck, or interfere with the legal proceeding. Candace, how much did you pay Tyler Robinson? Because you don't want him to be in prison. Did you tell the boy that he would not go to prison, Candace? Is that how this is going to go? You must have promised that he would never see the inside of a jail cell. Because you are so dead set on that boy not going to prison for a crime he committed and admitted to. And was seen on camera, and there's physical evidence and DNA left behind because, you know, he got scratched up. He was running. There's skin cells, his sweat, bodily fluids. He scratched his hands up. Gunshot residue. Like, you act like none of these things could go towards proving his guilt. You're so gung-ho on him being released, but you can't tell us who you think pulled the trigger, to where you have to go to a conspiracy about an exploding mic where you can't tell us how that would affect the human body from a physiological stance, because biology is not something you believe in either with your dumb ass. Keep talking. I don't want you to shut up. Candace, why hate on someone that's willing to admit to a whole crime intentionally? You have been deliberately withholding evidence in a criminal matter because you're playing chess, a game. So you're obstructing, hiding the truth, and or interfering with a legal proceeding. And since the murder trial has not started yet, they've had some preliminary hearings. More than likely it's the first two. Federal law makes it a crime to corruptly conceal, alter, or destroy evidence to keep it out of an official proceeding. Key statutes include 18 U.S.C. Statute 1512 prohibits corruptly persuading someone to withhold testimony or documents or concealing, altering, or destroying records to keep them out of a proceeding. Penalties can be up to 20 years in prison. See, Jesse MTT on X, I don't need to hate on her. I could file a complaint against her, but I don't need to hate on her. That's not necessary. She's the one that's sitting here telling on herself and being sued. She's being sued. She's got 2 lawsuits. What is that to hate? Why hate on someone that's being sued? Who hates on anyone? Anyone hating on somebody being sued? Anyone of y'all up here who's hating on Candace? Hit the 3 if you're not hating on Candace. Hit the 4 if you are. If you're hating on Candace because she's being sued, we're going to have to pray for you. Who's hating on someone facing 2 lawsuits? One of them is a federal lawsuit. Y'all, you can't make this up, Juju. What's going on, Amy? Francisca said 3. I ain't hating on that heifer. How do you hate on someone that's being sued? Jesse MTT, how do you hate on someone that's being sued? This girl is being sued and about to lose bigly because she big mad. Candace big mad because she's not the CEO of TPUSA. No, she's not. No. Somebody get Candace a sippy cup and the binky and the baba. She needs her apple juice. Evil Lynn is gonna get mad if she don't have her mick. Who the hell hating on somebody like that? I don't hate on people that are being sued. This heifer got 2 lawsuits. This is about to cost up millions of dollars. That's nothing to hate on. That is nothing to hate on. You don't hate on that. See, all money isn't good money. Everything that glitters is not gold. You know, all the euphemisms. But you certainly don't hate on somebody that is being sued in a court of law. An entire country's president and first lady is suing her. And she's being hit with another lawsuit simultaneously. This stuff is happening at the same time. She's got a federal lawsuit pending against her, where her attorneys are invoking court rules to add on 10 more pages to file a partial motion to dismiss the complaint in discrete parts. You can't make this up. Candace, that's nothing to hate on. You're going to be paying out millions of dollars between your attorneys, court costs, and the judgments issued against you. There is absolutely nothing to hate on. You know what you should be doing, Candace? Connecting with your in-laws, because they're billionaires. You should call them and be like, "Hi, father-in-law. Yes, I know you hate my guts. It's me. I'm pregnant. Yeah, the 5th child is going to be oozing out soon. Listen, I might need $50 million. Candace, your dumbass cult members just make this so easy for me. I might need $50 million. What we looking like with that? Is there a chance that you might like me enough? I am pregnant. She's gonna have to use her pregnancy to soothe her request to her father-in-law for $50 million because then she's been ordered to pay out all this damn money. In-laws ain't a gut. Candace, I can guarantee you, George's mother wants to whoop your ass for giving her son a black eye. You understand me? No. George, how did you get that black eye? I saw the photos. You were in the airport. What were you doing? And Candace gonna be hiding in the doorway. I hope she can't see me. Candace gonna be hiding in the doorway to my. Y'all still mad at me? Can I come out the closet or no? No, you stay your ass in there. Don't come out of your closet. Stay your black ass in there. Because she black. Jesse MTT wants us to know that Candace is black and I'm black. And blackity black and black. At the end, we all clear on that? Everybody know we all black now. We good on that? Just in case. Y'all missed it. I'm black. Candace is black. We black, all black. In the end. George's mother's gonna be talking about stay your ass in that closet. Can I say this there? I heard Lady Luck say it. It was so profound. Can I repeat this? Stay your black ass in that closet. I love it. This is so priceless. Oh, Candace. Your dumbass cult members think I'm hating on you, girl. No, I'm going to keep laughing at you until kingdom come. Out here breaking federal laws. Listen, you can't have any money. It is not our fault you don't know how to stop talking and down out people. It's defamatory. You lied on that woman. She was born a woman. How would you feel if someone called you a man and then said you didn't have children? Stay your ass in that closet. George, now is the time to tell me how you got this black eye. Before I figure it out and beat her ass. Butler, get my strap. In case y'all wondering, that's belt in my language. It's not a weapon, it's a belt. Candace, when I say you're going to get an ass whooping, it's going to be one of those old-fashioned ass whoopings with a belt, a thick one, like a cowhide belt. And it's going to hurt. And then she's going to tell you, go take a bath so it can sting. Oh, my good God in heaven. If she anything like my grandmother was, I got spanked with the fly swatter. It was so nasty. I didn't have a choice but to take a bath. Like all this fly juice and stuff. You done killed flies with this thing. You spanking me with it. It's so gross. That's why our immune systems are strong as hell, boy. We were exposed to a lot growing up. You go outside, you get exposed to everything. You get bee stings and ant bites and all kinds of stuff. Oh, Lord have mercy. Candace is pregnant so she can weaponize that pregnancy. She absolutely is, Susan. She's trying to get sympathy on all levels. She wants sympathy from the courts, the judge, her in-laws, George. She wants sympathy from everybody. You can't go. Listen, what we got coming up? The 4th of July? So let's say she go and visit the in-laws, right? She's going to go there. She's going to have a belly because we all see it. I've seen the pouch. Candace got a kangaroo pouch, right? And she going to go out there and just, use the baby to say, listen, I know. It's okay, little one. It's okay. Mommy's trying. I know you guys can't stand me. I disgust you. I understand. I'm just exercising free speech. You don't have to do it on our dime. I understand, but for the baby's sake, I just want to be happy and just not be stressed out. I need $40 million. The mama's not having it. His dad might be a little soft to that, but the mama's gonna be like, oh hell no. I am a woman. You're not getting that past me. I'm a mom. And you gave my child a black eye. How did you break your foot? Candace, you have to explain a lot of things. She go pull that pregnancy privilege card. You can't make this up. I'll check my emails after I read this. Oh my God. So you got 18 USC statute 1503. General obstruction of justice. Candace, because that's exactly what that is. I have evidence because I'm playing chess. I'm just intentionally withholding it. It's called obstruction of justice. See, you and your dumbass cult members are not that smart. That's why I told Jessie MTT on X that she can't keep up with me. Go read a book. Because I'm not it, girl. I'm so not it. This is light work for me. You understand? And I say this with a smile on my face. For most federal proceedings, up to 10 years, up to 20 years, if it involves an attempted killing or a serious felony trial. And this murder trial is a serious felony trial. They're trying to get Tyler Robinson life without the possibility of parole. They wanted to aim for the death penalty, but because the victim's wife, Erica Kirk, did not want to see them pursue the death penalty, they're now pursuing life without the possibility of parole. So, Candace, your little dumbass think you playing chess. Keep on. Chess, checkers, tic-tac-toe, slash fruit, Super Mario Brothers, Mortal Kombat, pick a game. I don't care. Batman, Spider-Man, Justice League, the garbage. Duck Hunt, Tetris, Pac-Man, pick one. You will get up to 20 years if it is determined that you are intentionally obstructing justice in a murder trial by withholding evidence intentionally for no other reason than to be spiteful against Erica Kirk. You're not hurting her. You're hurting yourself. Erica Kirk will not go to prison because you think you have something. You will go if it is determined that you are obstructing justice. And it's so funny how you wished her to go to jail for no reason at all. So aside from you admitting to stalking her, which is another felony, you're saying that you've been obstructing justice by withholding evidence. Intentionally. Talking about playing chess and checkers and shit. No one's in the mood to play your dumbass game, Candace. Get out of our country. These laws require intent because she intentionally said she was withholding it to play chess. Candace, I told you I'm not it, girl. Tell your cult members they might want to have several seats. Accidental loss or failure to realize something was relevant is not enough. Failure to realize something was relevant is not enough. They're saying even if you don't believe that your fake ass mommy slews impersonating investigators may not have material evidence or evidence that would be noteworthy, that's not a reason to withhold it. And of course, you didn't lose it. And you certainly didn't forget about it. You talking about Baron Coleman reminded you of evidence you had? What? He's not your attorney either. So what the hell he doing? So he involving himself in this or what? Is he aiding in this criminalistic sounding behavior? Because he can go down with you. No one would care. They keep playing these stupid ass games. They're going to win stupid prizes. Prosecutors must show the person knew about the proceeding and acted to hide the evidence. Brady violation in criminal cases. This is additional statutes. U.S. Supreme Court ruling Brady v. Maryland ruling 1963 requires prosecutors to disclose any favorable material and undisclosed evidence to the defense. That's not the situation because Candace is not a prosecutor. No matter how many times in her head she thinks she is. You're gonna make this up. Oh man. Legal exceptions. Withholding is not illegal. In some situations, it is protected under attorney-client privilege. Candace is not a party to the case. This has nothing to do with anything between her and her attorney. And Fifth Amendment privilege. Candace, you have not even invoked that, and no one has charged you with a crime. So for you to invoke the Fifth Amendment would be a moot point. I highly doubt Baron Coleman would be able to explain any of this stuff to you as well, Candace, seeing that he is just as dumb as you are. But here's what you're looking at. Candace, all we have to do is just send a word over to the prosecutor. Because I would love for Erica Kirk to do it. It'll be even more epic coming from her. But anyone can just send your video over there. You told on yourself. Why would I want you to stop talking, Heifer? We don't want her to stop talking. No, we want her to keep talking. Keep talking, you little dummy alien. Keep on talking. So you keep putting your foot in your mouth. We here for it. Jabu, Candace, keep on. You're going to be in so much trouble. Tell your cult members, I'm not it. I am not the one. Or the 2, or the 3, or the 5, or the 10. Go read a book. I'm trying to tell you. We're not, but you know. What's going on, y'all? Y'all hit that like button while y'all up in here. Oh, man, Candace. Y'all see I had to do this live stream. Y'all see why? We got to learn up in here. Let me drop some articles in the chat so y'all can read and brush up on this information for yourselves. We turn to Legal Clarity, a reputable website. Child, there you go. And you guys want to read for yourself? Fact check me all day. Just like Candace admitting to stalking Erica Kirk, which is a felony in the state of Arizona. All these videos where she's obsessing over this woman would be more than sufficient to meet a burden of a preponderance of evidence for her to get a protection order. That's a civil matter. Violating that order would be a criminal matter. Candace, keep on. Keep on. You have no idea what you're doing. None. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. Back to Artie Trolls. Take it away, Artie.
Before we go away. So welcome back to Candace.
Yeah, the only reason why she wants to not release it is so she has content. But here we go. This is just proof right here that Candace Owens was going to do this episode no matter what.
For surgery. That's their job. And I wonder also if that part of him saying that was to prepare us for bruising that we're going to learn was on Charlie's chest in the autopsy. That I wonder.
You mean the photos that you all ended up getting? Which the photos that they ended up showing, Baron Coleman only shows it. Candace doesn't show it in this episode, which I don't know why. I guess she's going to hold on to some more evidence for a later episode. But there's like some marks on Charlie, like right underneath his man chest there. And it really doesn't show a lot. There's a possibility that the seatbelt was up against him. There's a possibility it was from the AED. There's the possibility that it was just from compressions or we really don't know. Obviously, she didn't show it because she hasn't crafted a narrative around it yet, but it's kind of funny to hear her admit that she has, like, she knows about certain things.
I wonder if that's the reason why. Because if you look online, like if you just Google defibrillator marks, I bet they go, oh, yeah, no, there are some marks, burned marks on Charlie. But
now, this is the thing. The marks on Charlie that Baron Coleman did, that would have been better information to show here in this episode than the information you show. So let's get into it. Because she's admitting she still has more photos. She's holding on to this.
Kirk's neck. I can say
and it's funny. Emergency stream. She's had these photos for how long? And then it's just because Baron Coleman was like, oh, you should go ahead and do an episode on it. Oh, that couldn't have waited till you got back. Now's the time. She's had these photos for months. For months, she's had them. At least probably 9 months.
unequivocally. And you saw that we began to reintroduce a theory John working on for a very long time regarding an explosive from the very beginning, John Bray.
Yeah, but not Blake Bednar's, right? The actual original guy you talked to that you're on video talking with. You threw him under the bus because he didn't like that you weren't going with his theory, that you went with the foldable AR theory instead. It made him mad because it felt like you were just playing around with theories, and then you got mad at him, and now you won't mention the guy who originally brought up the actual theory. So isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane? She also goes on to say that she doesn't believe Tyler Robinson wasn't there, which is just so silly because we have his pictures of him being there, and there's no reason to believe that he wasn't there. Like, even if he is just, even if he didn't pull the trigger, why would they be like, make sure you don't go there at all?
Candace, who gave you these photos? You know you got to tell that when we tell on you. Candace, we telling on your ass. I hope you know that. Oh, you got so many people out here, Candace, that's ready to report your ass to a federal agency. It's not even funny. Now we get to report you to the prosecutors. Yeah, shout out to Sifa. Look at the background. Sifa sent this photo in. Candace. Oh, man, look at this. Oh, man. Oh, this is epic. Oh, I love it. Well done, Sifa. Well done. Absolutely amazing. Candace, this is you in court. Losing. See, it all started when we were astral projecting. Candace, you gonna lose like hell, girl. Oh, this is epic. Y'all shout out to Sifa. Oh, my good Lord. Have mercy. Candace, and we're going to report you to the prosecutors because you've been withholding evidence. Let's assume they don't have it, okay? Because somebody had to give it to her. She wasn't there in person, allegedly, right, Candace? Candace, you weren't there in person, were you? Where was George? Candace, where was George Farmer? We have not heard his alibi. I want y'all to keep that in mind. No one knows where Candace and George Farmer were physically located on September 10th, 2025. So if the prosecutors don't have these photos, where the hell is she get them from? And why would anyone give her photos but not to the prosecutor? That would be obstructing. So all these little flunkies you got over there in TPUSA Candace, ask them, y'all want to go to jail with me or what? Because they can't go. They can face up to 20 years and fines of up to $250,000 for individuals. You can't go. So where did you get the photos, Candace? Where them pictures come from, heifer? Because either someone sent them to you and they knew these photos should have been submitted over to the prosecutor or at least the FBI because they were helping the prosecutor in the state of Utah. Or you were there and you took them. Candace, where was George? George, at some point you're going to have to give an alibi. Because your wife is an idiot. Your lavender wife. She's a moron. So at some point, George is going to have to say, okay, fine. I was across the street. Are you happy now? Was waiting for him in the SUV. He's going to have to give an alibi. Because if she has evidence the prosecutor does not have, and no one gave it to her, then where does she get it? And if you fraudulently create images, Candace, that's obstruction. Because you're interfering with this fake ass evidence. You and your dumb ass mommy slews gonna learn one way or the other, but you're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. Y'all keep playing around with laws, you're not gonna like what happens. You're not gonna like how the law is gonna slap back. So how you get these photos, Candace? $250,000 for each violation, up to 20 years in prison. Prison. This is not under some Fifth Amendment or attorney-client privilege. You are interfering and obstructing if you are intentionally and knowingly withholding evidence that should have been given to law enforcement up to 9 months ago. You can't say it's been an accident for 9 months that I've been sitting on some photos that may be exclusive to where no one has it, not even the prosecutor. So let's assume the prosecutor doesn't have it. Of course, they're going to ask where you get these photos from. Candace, we'll make sure they ask you about your alibi. Because if they don't have it, then they got to know where you got them from. They're going to authenticate it. If they were forged, it's going to come right back and fall in your lap. Or she'll be throwing her candy asses underneath the bus. You know, these fake ass mommy slews. And you'll have to admit they out here impersonating CIA investigators. Because then why would they create fake images related to a murder? You see how none of this works out well for the candy asses or Candace. And somehow the candy asses think I'm hating. No, I'm giving you a heads up. And not even a full heads up because they're still too stupid to put it together. How long have I been saying this? Candace, you going to jail.
We frame you, it gives other people the ability to question whether you were there or not. That's just such a stupid thing. Of course, I'd at least make him walk this campus so people see that he was there.
Oh,
at
Lord.
A bare minimum. It's just so stupid. It's profoundly stupid.
Oh, my God.
People recognize that he was there. People saw the guy. You have nobody saying, I never saw this dude there at the school at all.
Crazy.
Funny how that works. Now, she's going to accuse TPUSA of just lying with no proof.
No, that's not Charlie's microphone. That's not the Rode microphone. That's something else. It's a pair of sunglasses. And lie they
It could be.
did. Lie
they did. But you haven't proven that it's the Rode microphone. I believe it to be the Rode microphone. I think it's totally possible. It was clipped to his shirt. Where would it have gone? Probably right there on the floorboard. And probably while they're working on him, they're stepping on it. And you think that that's not possible? I mean, check it out.
back. Are we to believe that someone did it with their bare hands?
Candace, this is the problem. You want someone to convince you of something while you are admitting to withholding evidence in a murder trial for a murder investigation that the FBI is involved in. See, there's a reason why I was reading federal statutes and not just Utah statutes. You have the FBI involved, aiding in the investigation. They're not spearheading it, they're aiding in it. And this dumbass is sitting on evidence against someone she claims she loves so much. And didn't tell anybody for up to 9 months. And some moron who was absolutely wrong about a federal lawsuit not having merit and would never make that legal argument in front of a judge in a court of law, told her, you might want to share this. Because I'm sure in the back of his mind, he probably had to say, I don't want to be a part of no federal obstruction of it. You need to put this out. Like, however you got to do it, but get it out there. And as opposed to her listening to her own attorney she's actually paying for, she listens to this dumbass who wrongfully stated that a federal lawsuit lacks merit and will be dismissed when her own attorney is not even seeking a full dismissal. Go figure. Baron Coleman. Who knew her attorneys would prove you wrong? Because he's an idiot.
Why don't you try doing that? Why don't you try taking a Rode mic and breaking it in your bare hands? That's not
Okay.
possible.
That's not possible. Proceeds to show video.
A video of some guy on YouTube who just decided to break his Rode wireless mic for funsies. Nothing to do with the Charlie Kirk case. Not sure the context of this.
Oh, you said try to break a mic with your bare hand. No one said that they broke his mic with the bare hands. Artie said it could have fell on the floor and people could have stepped on it. They're not thinking about no damn microphone. Once again, this is coming from the moron that does not believe dinosaurs roamed the earth. She doesn't believe in science. So biology will go over her head. She's an idiot. She has no idea what any explosion will do to the human body. I don't even want to get graphic with it because it's going to get a little gross. So I'm not going to do that, you all. But you could look at videos of what that would look like and the effect it would have on the human body. Especially having that direct contact with the human body. She's not even going to do that. Let's just say you have more than just some blood squirt out. But this dumbass don't even want to look at a video of what that would look like. Why not show that on your show? We're not watching it, but whatever. Your cult members don't mind watching Charlie Kirk get shot in 18 to 20 different angles. Showing science on how an exploding mic would affect the human body. Where your cult members can actually learn one thing today. No, you're not going to look that up, Candace. Because you could just play a video of that. That's how stupid she is.
Assuming this guy's super rich, because this is like $1,500 to purchase these things.
$300, but okay.
Yeah. But let's
$300, but yeah.
You can't make this stuff up.
I am basically going to destroy my road about this.
Starts breaking it.
Oh, look at that. He's just like taking a little tool and just scraping
what it looks like.
Scraping it with his bare hands. Yeah, he's got a little tool here, but do you honestly think that he is using more strength here than somebody who weighs at least 180 to 200 pounds just stepping on it with their feet? I wonder what stepping on it with your feet would do in comparison to taking a screwdriver to it and breaking it all up with your bare hands. I just gotta wonder. Isn't it crazy?
Is on.
Very careful all over the place. So it kind of makes sense that this is glass, because if you think about for anything, that's what's up.
That is what it looks like is on the floorboard of the vehicle that
But God knows you couldn't do that with your feet. Standing on it.
Yeah, no, because, grown men stepping on it. Grown men now. Grown men. His security detail were all grown men. They all look like they weigh at least 150 pounds. Muscular or lean. They look strong. They're wearing boots. And they stepping all around it. And you mean to tell me, no, they couldn't, there's no way all that human strength for stepping on it with boots will tear it up. Even if they had on some J's or some Nikes or something. I might be able to break and stepping on it. What you talking about, Candace? What the hell are we talking about here? Why are you obstructing? Why are you obstructing?
He can do that with his bare hands. It's impossible to do that with your bare hands. You try doing it. Okay, well, that guy did it just fine. Didn't seem like it was too hard. Those things aren't made to be completely indestructible, Candace. They're meant to take a couple falls. They're not meant to be stood on. They're not meant to be stepped on at all. And also, if they brushed all this off Charlie, why is it everywhere in the car?
Oh, I gotta see.
Sounds to me like if they're driving like crazy, it's probably going to fling everywhere after you're stepping on it under your feet. Notice it's mostly just in the floorboard. Mostly in the floorboards all over the place here. I don't know, Candace. If you were showing it like all over the seats and like just everywhere else in angles that it really couldn't have reached at all, maybe there'd be something there, Candace. But you always show it all over the floorboard, which is exactly where I would expect it to go if somebody stepped on it. Funny how it works. Now, anyway, she says this.
Charlie's Rode microphone is shouted on the car, but it doesn't mean that it was rigged. Let's play devil's advocate. Doesn't mean that it was rigged.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So tell us how it was broken in the car.
They stepped on it, you dumbass girl. Candace, whether you believe it or not is irrelevant. You are asking simpleton questions because you are a simpleton. They stepped on it. It fell on the car floor. They stepped on it. They got on their knees. They stepped on it. They were all in it. It was like 4 or 5 dudes in there. What you mean? At some point, you're going to have to use logic and common sense. You asking questions where logic should be kicking in. If you are that dumb, then your cult members should not be offended when I call you out that dumb. You're asking some dumbass questions, Candace. This is ridiculous. No one is trying to convince you of anything or make you believe anything. See, this is where you got everybody wrong. We're not trying to make you believe something. You're not that important. You understand, Candace? You're still not CEO of TPUSA. You still were not Charlie Kirk's wife. You are not his baby's mama. Y'all didn't have any kids together. You only worked for him for 19 months. You were his employee. And you should be reimbursing him for that flight you booked with his credit card. You admitted to obstruction of justice, withholding evidence in a criminal case for a murder. A whole felony. And you talking about somebody forcing you to believe that a microphone was broken. Girl, you and Baron Coleman are both stuck on stupid. Why you over there acting like brr duh? Retarded. He can't make this up. Boy, Ben Shapiro called it, didn't he?
They stepped on it.
So
There you go. Wow, that was so hard, Candace. So hard.
Erica's apartment.
Now we're going to talk about Charlie Kirk's bloody jacket.
What's that?
With blood still on it. It was not collected into evidence.
How
That
do
is
you
an
know?
important piece for me to
It's an important piece to you because you believe in something that may or may not have happened. I'm not saying it's impossible,
What's up, believe something?
although the laws of physics don't really allow for it to happen the way it did on camera. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe they cut a vent into the side of the microphone, right? So that way, whenever it explodes, it'll also push it towards him. Doesn't seem likely, but it's possible, I guess, if they really wanted to route the whole microphone. That whole
Art is so sweet. He's trying to give some benefit of the doubt. Alrighty, mama can't do it. I can't do that. Now, because Candace could have came to these conclusions a long time ago. She's just stalling for content. Candace, you're still boring. You did an emergency video, and it's not like it's like at 3. It didn't go viral or anything. Good grief. You're going over the same. What did I tell you all? She is recycling conspiracy theories. She's still sitting here talking about make me believe this. No. You don't have to believe a damn thing. As a matter of fact, Candace, it still doesn't matter if you believe it or not either way. It's a matter of what the jury sees as the evidence. That's it. And you will not be on that jury. And to that we bless God for. Hallelujah. She will not be on the jury. So Candace, what I'm saying is no one cares what you think. That's what's so crazy about this. You gonna tell us how you got some photos that you've been sitting on for almost 9 months? Because the prosecutor should have these photos as well. And if this is evidence that the prosecutor and defense wanted to keep and maintain for the jury to see for the murder trial, you're still interfering. Because now you're releasing evidence you should not be releasing. We have laws in place for a reason when it comes to preservation of evidence. You are not above the rule of law, Candace. Where were you and George on September 10th, 2025? That's what I want to know.
thing would have to be
Where's
fake.
she gonna
Though.
answer that?
It'd have a little metal chamber in it to let out some gas to blow it towards him to make it all look like. And I don't think that's any. I don't think they would have thought that way. You know, if I wanted to end Charlie and I were the company, you know what I would do? I'd probably just shoot him with a 30-06. Saves a lot of time, a lot of money, and it makes for less confusion.
Me to share with you because the question that it leaves is why? Why was that personal effect bloodied, returned pretty immediately back to Erica's apartment in Arizona?
Well, can you answer this question, Candace? What role did that jacket have in the crime that was committed from 150 yards away? What could they have gleaned off of that jacket? For all you know, they tested it. They may have swabbed the jacket and been like, okay, well, is there anything on here? Why would they test something if there was actually no real evidence that a microphone blew up? I mean, you haven't been able to provide any evidence. So why should I believe that there is evidence of it? See, you see what I'm saying? You're like, oh, they should have tested for this. But maybe they didn't even need to because they clearly saw it wasn't that. Maybe when they were pulling fragments out of his neck and then they weighed it and then they saw the spent shell casing, they were like, well, it was obviously this. But you're not willing to believe that, which belief is fine. You don't have to believe it, Candace. But they don't have to capitulate to what your ideology is. Now, she makes this claim about there is definitely white bits on the glass.
They were calling this a conspiracy. It is not a conspiracy. It is not a conspiracy at all that there is tempered, shattered glass with white bits all over the center of this car and into the back seat. So,
but that's not exactly accurate.
But it is all around. I mean, what does that have to do with where he wasn't shot in the vehicle? He was shot sitting down in a chair under a tent. White bits? Didn't he have on a white shirt? What difference does it make? He wasn't shot in the car. Candace, if these photos would have been used or have been submitted as discovery in this murder case, you understand what that means for you legally? You talking about looking at criminal charges. You just keep on, you little dummy girl.
We don't know if this is shimmering from the light. We're not there to be able to tell. Camera lens will pick up lens flare very, very easy. It picks up light way better than our own human eyes pick up light. It could see light that we cannot see. Very simply, that's how camera.
No reply said there is no tempered shattered glass with white bits. It's blood. Yeah. I mean, what's she thinking it is? Blood isn't white, Candace. What's wrong with her? Even if you're talking about bodily tissue, it's still going to be covered in blood. And she's talking about, oh, it's not a conspiracy theory. You can't show how it's actually documentation, like how it's supported with evidence. What type of forensic testing was done to prove that it was some white bit? And even if you knew what it was, if it were tested, she would be able to say exactly what it is. She's just saying white bits. Y'all notice that? She's not saying it's cloth or human tissue or anything. She's just saying it's white bits. That makes it conspiratorial because a forensics test would easily identify what the bits are. This is coming from an idiot that doesn't understand how investigations work or anything in a court of law or evidence or laws. Candace, is it absolutely a conspiracy theory if you cannot say precisely what that bit is? And if it wasn't even white bits in this blood, then what are you talking about? No reply. This girl, I was just about to ask you what she talked. What the hell? What is this white bit nonsense? Why is she focused on this? Because she's bored and she has no content. She's trying to get views. She wants her cult members to give her more money. And she needs to pay her attorney's fees. That's all this is. This is Candace's pathetic attempt to pay some attorney's fees as opposed to her just go and ask her in-laws because they're billionaires. Candace, go ask your in-laws for some money.
Cameras work. They're very much more sensitive to light than what we are. So I don't know if this is reflection.
She need to be gay.
Or if this is actually white bits, because whenever you show the closer photo, like, let's go back and see if I can show the closer photo here. Like, whenever this changes, we'll get to that part here in a second. Let's see if I can find. Oh, come on, YouTube! Don't be naughty. Where is the photo? Does she show it here? Is that the first photo she shows? There are times where she shows the glass and it's up a little closer and it looks like it shifts. It doesn't look like the white parts stay in the same place. I don't know if I can see what I mean? Look at that. That's so bright. I don't know that that's white versus reflection because it's equally as bright to this like blanket that we'll talk about here later that's underneath the seat here. This foil.
Pause. Let me show you how you do it, Artie. Do a snippet. You save it, pull it up as a photo. Then that way you can zoom in on it. Is this car phone? Phone from a seat, maybe? No reply. You have this image. Sometimes I have to just, it's a live stream. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're here to learn. I love a good mystery. Candace just weaponizing this for money. Candace, you're an idiot. You could just take the photo and enhance and zoom in on it, you little dummy girl. Oh, this dumb alien. That is most likely another Instaclot package. Okay. That is like, it's like white beads, right? Or it could be the filling from a blanket. Let me show you all this up close. Hold on. Candace, this is going to be in you in court. This is so stupid. Well, y'all can see that. It's pointing to this here. This little silver piece. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is behind a seat. Right? This is a seat. It's like the little motor handle where you can move the chair back and forth. The seat back and forth and all that. This seems to be under the car mat. Because this is what she's talking about. What does that have to do with anything? It's a silver piece or something connected to some black piece, and that's a piece. Is that a piece of glass? That's some glass right there. I mean, what does this have to do with anything? Candace, what are you talking about? This little dummy girl. Mr. Bongo says probably flex from the aluminum blanket. That could be. That's what I'm saying. She's not even trying to figure out like exactly what this object is. And the aluminum blanket doesn't have a filler in it, does it? Does it have like insulation? It's not like those little white beads and stuff. It would be like cotton fluff, right? What's the filler inside of an insulation blanket? Whatever it is, it has to be like fireproof, right? It does look like an insulation blanket because those are silver. But they're silver on both sides, are they not? The insulation blankets have that silver covering on both sides. And then there's some filler on the inside of it. What, anyone knows what's inside the actual blanket? Yeah, it's pretty, it's not that thick. She's worried about something like this. Like, what does that have to do with oh, good God. Candace, he was not shot in the truck. That looks like some remnants from that. I mean, this area is pretty clear. There's a spot right there. Probably, dropped blood, but this is crazy. Yeah, those thermal blankets are real cheap. It's when I say it's like aluminum foil, that's what we call it. It's like aluminum foil. Yeah, it's cheap, small. They don't fully cover you up. They work better on like small babies and toddlers. If you're a grown adult or a big child, them things are just rubbish. Yeah. That's why I don't understand. She harping on this stuff. Like this matters. Candace, this is not going to matter to the jury at all. None of this photo will mean nothing to the jury. They're going to be like, what the hell are we looking at? Oh, Candace said something. Why do we care? It's so dumb. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, let's see. We got a couple. All right, so let me pull this up right quick. No Reply sent the photo of a quick clock combat gauze. So it has some filler in it, I would assume. Hold on. Okay, I see that. Okay, I got your other email. No reply. I'll show you all this. Hold on 1 second. So there's a couple videos and a meme. All right, let me pull that up. I don't think Candace just going for broke. Seems like. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me pull up these photos right quick. One of them looks like Point of Impact. No Reply can explain it a little bit better. I don't see a wire. Let me show you all what I'm seeing. It's not gory, but in case you guys are sensitive, it's just the Point of Impact. And you all see here, where's the wire at? And this is not this got just the hole. I want y'all to see this. This hole right here. You won't have a perfectly round hole from an explosive device. Correct me if I'm wrong. For all those who understand tactic, or you're tacticians, you understand weapons and all of that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. You have an explosive device. What it will do to human tissue, it will not leave this circle, this almost perfectly round circle like this in the human flesh. I know this might be a little sensitive, but we just getting down to the technical weeds of it. So No Reply says, so the round struck the t-shirt first and then went upwards into the neck because it hit the stainless steel chain, split the bullet. He was wearing a chain. Yeah, he was wearing a chain. Was it a dog tag? So when the bullet made impact with that necklace, whatever that chain was, it may impact with that. As fast as those bullets go, I mean, even something obstructing it like that could cause the impact of the bullet to be frayed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jim says, hey, Jim, none of Candace's theories will be brought up as evidence. Exactly. Then whatever photo she's showing in the truck, the impact was not done in the truck. That's not where the shooting occurred. And that's not like a separate crime scene. It wasn't like another crime occurred in the truck. So all of that, they might just show as context to show the damage done, but it will not show any crimes committed. This is so ridiculous. And yet she wants parts of Brian Harple's lawsuit dismissed because she knows she's not going to be able to ask for this type of discovery in that lawsuit. It will be irrelevant. It won't be relevant to the claims. She can't say, I want discovery of all the photos from Charlie Kirk in the truck when he was shot. That has nothing to do with this lawsuit. So she's not going to be able to get that as discovery. And she claims she's been sitting on this stuff. You can't make this stuff up. And she thinks she's not obstructing and interfering. Mr. Bunker said, True Facts did a video on this and debunked the exploding mic. I think we got that video. Yeah, a lot of people debunk this. That's why I'm like, you have people who are experts with, weapons and explosives and stuff like that from a physiological stance. Because I can't say this. I majored in biology pre-med. I wanted to be a doctor. I have my bachelor's degree in biology pre-med. You have an explosive device, that's going to cause shrapnel to go outward. Not inward, outward. So you won't see just this almost perfectly round circle. You're going to be seeing something more regular shaped and something that looks like remnants flew outward. Does that make sense? It's explosive. Imploding is when it comes inward. Explode is when it goes outward. External. That's what happens to the human body. So even if the explosive device in a mic is sitting in somebody's neck, the damage it will do, because the tissues are thin, the muscles are thin, and you have your major blood vessels flowing up in your neck. Not a whole lot really protecting, just a nice piece of muscle covering over the carotid jugular arteries and veins over here in your neck. So you don't have that layer of protection like you have if you looking at a major artery in your thigh, or inside your abdomen. So you get an explosive device right there. It's not going to just leave that little small hole. And because she doesn't understand how biology works, or human anatomy, or physiology, she's sitting here trying to get them to tell her, well, how is it a bullet if it did this? Well, that's what a bullet would do. An explosive device would not do this. It's so crazy. It's like, girl, all you got to do is look at some science. She won't even do that. Laser wielded 316 stainless steel $700 necklace. Wow. See? And that's going to come up. That necklace is going to come up because it had impact with the bullet. You can't make this up. The cross shoots up inside of his shirt because the round pulled a chain into his neck. Next image shows emotions is animated. Okay, I got to give people the guy who took the photos was interviewed by 2 younger females who saw the complete photos and declared that the photos would not change the outcome and nothing was suspicious. He was interviewed by 2 younger females. Yeah, I mean, this is like what you expect from a bullet. No one has ever addressed the fact that there's 3 holes. No diddy. God. No, there's 3 holes. Jim and Erica have the same. Charlie and Erica have the same cross. Him and Erica. Oh, okay, gotcha. Him and Erica. No, it's okay. The guy who took the photo's name is Charles. One of the 2 young ladies interviewed, Charles, was named Billy. Fax Me debunked it too. Yeah, he got a video on it as well. So many people debunking this stuff. Candace is bringing up issues that will not be presented to the jury. Because what you're looking at inside this truck has nothing to do with the forensics as far as the bullet, because the shot was not made inside the vehicle. They've even I believe they sold the vehicle. The vehicle was sold through an auction, right? Someone bought that vehicle from an auction. So the fact that the vehicle was processed and then put up for auction and sold speaks volumes. It means they've done all they needed to do with it. And that's the level of significance that it has. They don't even have the vehicle in their possession anymore. They sold it. If you look at the white part, it has 2 holes. That's his shirt, and the upper hole is his neck. Yep, I see it. So what y'all are seeing here, this is his shirt. This is the neck area. She talking about something exploding. That's not how this will look. All of this would be ripped. This would be more irregular shape and kind of blown outward a little bit. Like man, Candace, you're just an idiot. Where's the other one? Hold on. You said that there was a GIF. Where's that at? Okay, hold on. That's at the end. One second. Let me pull this up right quick. So here's some gauze. I just show y'all some information. Because with Candace, she's bound to melt a couple brain cells. So we might as well recover our brain cells lost with some informative info and photos. He stopped the video right at that moment. Charles asked Barry not to release the photo because it had Charles' face and Charles said they were in the profile of Charlie Kirk's family. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, put up the next image that he has in animation. Okay, hold on. So this is sent from No Replies. You all can see here. This is a quick clot combat gauze, vacuum packed and Z-folded for temporary external use to control traumatic bleeding, hemostatic dressing. So I would assume the gauze itself has clotting properties. Is that what I'm understanding? Does it leave any residue? If you take this out of the pack and you're using it, is there some residue to come off of it? It seems like once it makes, this is my first time hearing about a combat gauze. But once it makes contact, it's supposed to start helping with clotting. Is that correct? I'll get your pick at the end, Sifa. I haven't forgot about you. See a yes. I'm not sure. Yep, exactly. Okay, cool. And the gauze is that dried up brown, white, and black thing sitting under where the seat is. Got it. Got it. So that's the gauze. Okay, cool. Add dark color. Thing is literally a hemostatic gauze that's lying on the floor. It's white and crumbled up. Gotcha. And she, instead of her looking this up, you can't make this up. So here is, y'all see the GIF at the bottom? Y'all see the necklace? Here's the necklace here. This is the hole. And this is a meme at the bottom. So yeah, it went through the shirt. It hit the necklace, went into the neck. Because only that necklace would be strong enough to kind of cause that bullet, almost like a ricochet effect. Is that correct to say? Kind of like a ricochet off of it. I mean, a stainless steel necklace hitting a bullet, even going that fast, it altered the projection of it. Is that safe to say? You see the magnet from the mic is still attached to the video. Okay, where's the... So you have the necklace here. What pops out is the earpiece. Is that what I'm seeing? The necklace popped up inside the shirt. The earpiece looks like it's like coming towards the side of the neck down the shirt. Is that what I'm looking at? This is crazy. We got a mask on. It guided the round to it started the disbursement of kinetic energy outside the body, even though it traveled inside. Yeah. Quick clock compact gauze is a sterile 3-inch by 4-yard Z-folded non-woven gauze with X-ray indicator and is pregnant with kaolin. That will help it with a clotting. Yes, such a fluke. Inorganic material that activates factor 12. Got it. Which accelerates the body's natural clotting ability. Yep. All right, cool. No earpiece. It's the blur of the chain is hanging out of his neck. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I'm... Where does the earpiece come into play? Because at some point, naturally, it would have fallen out, right? I'm sure when he had this kind of a effect after he got hit, it was kind of like a, and then he fell. I'm sure at some point with that movement, the earpiece fell out, but it didn't seem like. So you're saying it didn't even move when the bullet was making impact. It could have fell out his ear, not necessarily off his body. He didn't have an earpiece. Man, you can't make this up. What's she going on about an earpiece? He didn't have an earpiece? I thought he had an earpiece. No earpiece. It's the blur of the chain. So he didn't have an earpiece. So he was just, what? Huh. It's the only chain. It's the only thing there. Okay. She going on and on about a mic. Oh, God. She going on and on about a mic. And we're looking at a necklace. God. Once again, all this nonsense and hoopla she bringing up. Jury's not gonna care. They want to know exactly what is relevant to the case. Lord have mercy. Thank you, No Reply. Y'all shout out to No Reply for sending over the information. And for all of you all breaking it down in the chat, I love to learn. Because Lord knows you listening to her, man. You're gonna lose at least 5 brain cells. And you gotta hold on to the rest. Gotta hold on to the rest. You can see the black squirrel on the other side. That is the road mic that they are saying exploded. Oh God, they did, child. Candace, that's not gonna hold up in court. It's not gonna hold up in court, Candace. The mic was attached to the opposite side of the wound. Make that make sense? Exactly. It's nowhere near where the bullet made impact. Candace, Candace, you're so stupid. And she talking about she was holding evidence playing chess. Yeah, no. Keep on admitting the felonies, Candace. All right, let's get back to Artie, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Blanket. Notice how it gets the same color? It's probably light reflection. I know for a fact this is light reflection. This isn't a white streak going down this foil blanket, supposedly foil blanket. So I don't know about that. Now, yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me at all. It's clearly reflecting light, and these are reflecting the light at the same angle. You see that? So those aren't white bits, at least in these pieces. But maybe they're not supposed to be. Maybe other pieces have white bits on it, but I don't know. It's very hard to tell. And when you're making a matter-of-fact claim, you need to actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
if you're not actually able to show proof that it is exactly what you say it is, then it's a toss-up. You can't claim that as fact. And that's my big problem with Candace. Now, let's talk about this.
This is the gauze. All right, that's the gauze. Oh, man. That literally debunks the exploding mic theory. It does. It debunks it. And you don't have people aren't really like, they claim they're trying to investigate something. They're not even reading. They're not doing basic research. This is basic research. Physics says if the mic is on one side and it was nowhere near where the bullet may impact, and the mic was a whole piece until he got into the truck, then the exploding mic theory is a bunch of bullshit. Because the idea is that the mic was in one piece, even if it didn't land on the floor under the tent, if it was found in pieces in the truck, that means it stayed in one piece intact until he got in the truck. Therefore, it did not explode. And she's trying to say it exploded. And it was just pieces on the floor underneath the tent. But he said earlier it was in the truck in pieces. So if it was in pieces in the truck, it could not have been under the tent at the same time. It's just so crazy. The mic was still connected to the little magnet even after the holes appeared on his shirt and neck. Exactly. So there's no way it exploded. It stayed intact and remained intact until he got into the truck. And if it fell off of him then in the truck, then that at the very least debunks it exploding while he was under the tent. And let's not forget, he was carried to the truck by what, a 4 or 5 man team? They physically carried him. They didn't have a bed or gurney or anything. A wheelchair, they didn't have nothing. They had to physically carry him to the truck. Everybody grabbed a limb and somebody grabbed his head. And then he had somebody trying to do compression. So all this nonsense she's talking about is so stupid. This is why he did not entertain, Charlie Kirk did not entertain Candace for many years before he died. Because who can deal with this level of stupidity? I'm shocked that he was able to deal with her for 19 months. I'm shocked that he was able to endure one trip to any college campus for TPUSA. Kudos to him for having dealt with that. For the short time he dealt with her. Candace lying like hell. Thank you, Jim. Sent your email to show how intellectual Charlie was. Thank you so much. We'll check it out at the end of the live stream. You can't make this up, man. Candace always lying. Why you always lying?
Piece right here that they think
Oh,
is
God.
burnt, but I think it's just covered all in blood. As you could clearly see, there is obviously blood all over this.
I was a kid and we didn't have lighters. I used to just like grab a box and go to the gas stove and light that on fire and then light the candle and then blow it out. And that just is what it sort of looks like to me. Our team also posited that maybe it's just looks that way
That's the gauze,
because
right?
it could just be heavy blood, or
It's
by the
blood.
way, it could be something that people in the medical community will recognize.
Blood. Something people in the medical community will recognize. In the medical community. So if the medical community says it's blood, Candace, kick rocks. Whether you believe that or not, we don't care. You want the medical community to chime in on this. And then the medical community chimed in and said, no, this is a combat gauze. You can't make this stuff up. That is blood. So the medical community has chimed in. We say it's blood. Kick rocks. You see how that works, Candace? Why are you up here withholding evidence in a murder case? It's blood. This girl is obsessed with this gory stuff. Candace, you can't make this stuff up. You understand how disturbing it is for you to be this obsessed over any element of death. She is obsessed with watching this man get shot, pass out, blood in vehicles. She is just absolutely obsessed with all this stuff. The gory parts of it. Most human beings would be like, oh, okay, this is enough. I can't keep watching this. Most people would have tapped out 8 months ago, 9 months ago. I only needed to see the video a few times to understand what's going on. And I saw the raw footage. Because Candace is not the only person that can get some raw footage. Can't make this up, man. Candace, I'm not dumb enough to just sit here and release everything either. Especially if it's related to some litigation. You are a moron. And you're a demon. No emotion with this. None of that.
To me, it
Fine.
looks like a piece of insulation. It looks like a weird piece of insulation. It doesn't look burnt to me. It does look like it's soaked up in blood. It could be a thick piece of cardboard. This also could be the bag. Parts of the bag that just got so soaked and folded on itself several times. Because look at this really thin layer right up here. It looks like it could have been that. There's a million different things as to what it could be. Unless we have it on our person, we're never going to know. So I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be a piece of insulation that helped the shape charge. But I have no idea. This also could have been something in the vehicle that was underneath the seat. And then while Charlie Kirk was bleeding, it got on him and it came out from underneath the seat while they were driving. It may have nothing to do with anything that they were even aware of. Nobody may have been aware of this because it could have just been a piece of trash that was left behind. Who knows? You're just going to have to actually get a hold of that piece, Candace. And if you can't, you can't. If you can, you can. And then you could show us all. It's kind of how proof works. So it's just nothing as far as I'm concerned.
All right, let me help you out. Now, listen. Let's just say this is on a piece of cow liver or chicken leg. Before you rinsed off the chicken. And if that is going to be upsetting for you, just look away for 6 seconds. Okay? Y'all ready? Because we're just looking at the difference between the gauze. Let me zoom a little bit more in. Y'all can see the difference. Imagine this being a piece of chicken. Okay? It's a piece of chicken. That's all this is. Just a piece of chicken. It's not going to be up forever. Real quick. Before, after. All right? Then it turns and looks like it's charred. Y'all got it? Just chicken. It's just chicken. Got it? Done. It's chicken. Gotta tell him it's chicken, no reply. I don't know. It's chicken. He was rinsing off some chicken. Somebody did an experiment. For the sake of everybody's mental state, it's chicken. That makes sense. Y'all saw how it was black and looked like it was scorched. Now that's what it's like once that interaction occurs. It's an activator in those galls to help with the clotting for the chicken. They're about to rinse the chicken off and put it on the grill for the 4th of July. Okay? Got it.
Concern. Of course, she goes over this emergency fire blanket and stuff, or it could have been one of those things that you fold up and put in your windshield. I have no idea. I don't really care that much. We'll go over it again later because she'll admit that for the most part. So let's talk about this shirt being taken off at the hospital.
We would expect to see that. I had whipped up a scenario where rather than providing CPR, they may have, what Frank may have been doing, which got blood in his hands, was trying to get Charlie's shirt off of him, because I do not believe for a single second that scene took place at the hospital.
I don't know if it did or didn't. He never said it took place at the hospital. He just mentioned that when he wasn't going to tell the nursing staff, essentially, like he didn't want to get into telling them why his shirt was being cut off. Why it had been cut off. He said he had to jump on top of Charlie to cut the shirt off, but he never said gurney. Some people are trying to say he jumped on the gurney. No, he never said that. He said he jumped on Charlie. But that could have taken place in the car. When he originally jumped up on Charlie and was doing CPR, packing the wound, stuff like that, he could have cut the shirt off in the car. He never actually specifies. So I'm going to wait for them to specify when they cut the shirt off. Maybe they'll say, maybe they won't. But when people are trying to say that he cut the shirt off at the hospital, no, he never said that directly. This was during his story of when he said that he was getting...
Candace, you dumbass. You got to cut the shirt to be able to treat that wound without the shirt interfering. Plus, it adds to the increased level of bacteria. So you got to cut the shirt. If they're able to use these gauze, right? Let's say he was able to get something on his hands, use some alcohol to sterilize right quick. You got to keep that area as sterile as possible. So having something like this, you got your shirt in the way. Even if it's got a hole through it, the shirt pretty much is still intact. And the shirt is in the way where your neckline is. And he's got a hole in his neck. So he had to cut the shirt to clear this area to be able to treat it. That's standard. You would see that in any situation where someone is trying to provide treatment on some part of the body. You're going to cut the clothing area to be able to see clearly and provide proper treatment. Plus, it's less exposure to the actual wound. Why is this rocket science for her? This is rocket science to Candace. She is literally acting as if she has never seen anything on television, because that's where she learns all her ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Candace learned her colors watching TV. Real Housewives of New Jersey. This dumbass acts as if she's never seen any scenario where people are getting treated in an emergency situation and they cut your clothes off. What difference does it make if he did it and he's trained to do it versus the paramedics? If they would have had EMT paramedics come out, they would have done the same damn thing. If Brian Harple is certified to be able to do basic medical training, just basic medical assessment and treatment, that is the first thing you're going to do. You cut the clothes. What kind of crap is this? That's like her complaining about paramedics coming out and then trying to tend to some injury on your chest, and you got on a shirt. They're going to cut your shirt. They want to be able to assess to see how bad the wound is. They're going to cut your shirt and open this up, and then they're going to get it away from the area so that it doesn't cause any other, exposure to infections or anything like that, so that they can see what's going on and be able to handle it properly right then and there until they get you to the hospital. That is to be expected. Why is she acting like this is, that's not how that works? You're supposed to leave his shirt on him. What you mean? You're not a paramedic. You're not a nurse. You're not a doctor. You're not a surgeon. You're not even a med tech. Candace is not even speaking from basic knowledge and understanding of providing medical emergency treatment. It's like going to surgery and then you get mad because the nursing staff tell you got to put on this robe. Well, I got to take my clothes off. You get ready to go to surgery. Put this robe on. You can't make this up. Oh my God, Candace, when you give birth, are you going to have your pants still on or what? You going to be fully clothed? How's this going to go? I find it very interesting. It's like saying Candace should not be taking her pants off when she gives birth. Oh my gosh, she's so dumb. Candace, this is why we question if you actually have given birth. Because, I mean, we can just ask you, why are you taking your pants off when you're having a vaginal delivery? I mean, you can't make this up. Yeah, and then you end up breaking water on the side of the road, or you in contractions and you in labor. You dilating. You know the baby's coming out. You got this strong urge to push. And all of a sudden, Candace comes around the corner talking about, why are you cutting her pants? You leave it up to Candace, she gonna force you to give birth inside your pants. You don't know if the sack came out. You don't know what's happening. Boy, oh, you know how many mamas would be mad as hell at Candace? God, don't get away from me, I'm giving birth. You shouldn't be cutting her pants. That's just not right. That's not how that works. You don't do that. Well, she's having a baby. What do you mean? I had to use this analogy because I know many of mamas can understand that one. Imagine you about to have birth, you about to give birth, and this dumb kangaroo heifer alien comes out of nowhere talking about it. You shouldn't be cutting their pants. They shouldn't be taking their pants off. That's weird. That's so suspicious. She's supposed to be in labor. It's suspicious. Why is she taking her pants off? What is she trying to do? What does that mean? Are you? Oh, Candace. Oh my God. That's what I hear with her saying this dumb shit. Why would a woman need to take her pants off to give birth? Like you just, maybe the medical community can chime in. Candace is so dumb.
Charlie into the hospital. He then mentioned that he cut the shirt off, but he said he didn't want to explain it to staff why he cut the shirt off. He was just trying to make it easier, but he was like, I'm sure there's no explanation needed. And that was that. But he never gave a definitive place or time when or where he cut the shirt off. So as far as we know, it's up in the air. Let's let them clarify that. Okay, you cannot believe it all day long. Maybe you have reason to not believe it. Maybe he'll come out and be like, no, I actually did cut the shirt off in the car.
Exactly.
Okay. There you go. We have no idea. So it doesn't matter.
Oh, God.
Now, this is what's funny, because she's going to trash them for how they handled carrying Charlie to the car and call them negligent.
Forgive my language. Why they held Charlie like they were a bunch of assholes as they carried him to the car. Nobody was focused on securing his neck. His neck was literally flopping, okay?
Yeah, but they didn't know if there was like a mass incident going on. Everybody was taking cover. They needed to get out of there now. The fastest thing to do was, hey, get him into the car. Let's go. Let's go. Because obviously, if that was a mass incident, there were still bullets flying, trying to hit students afterwards, which is always a possibility. They didn't want to be there to find out. It was get him, get out of there, and go. I can understand that perspective. Again, you may be right. Maybe this was all a ruse. Maybe they did in Charlie. But again, the problem is lack of proof. And this isn't lack of proof. You're like, these a-holes. How would you have acted, Candace? With live...
I'm tell you this. I'm not giving her an inch of the benefit of the doubt without evidence. Candace got to prove to me that she can actually read the evidence, let alone present it. She can barely pronounce words. Candace, you did not go to medical school. You probably failed third grade science. You have no idea how the human body works. Unless you trying to sue somebody to talk about having a systemic yeast infection. You don't know what the heck goes on when it comes to a medical emergency at all. You do understand that the amount of time it took for them to get him from the tent to the truck to the hospital would have been the same amount of time it would have taken an ambulance to get there, to back in, to get him on a stretcher, get him in the ambulance, and to try to triage him. That whole time, they would have had to wait for the paramedics to get there, to get to him with the stretcher. They were able to get him in the truck to the hospital. And since you don't know how hospitals work, you don't know if any of those hospitals were on a diversion or anything. This is what's so crazy. In a safety plan, you oftentimes include the quickest route to the main services one might need. You want to know what a police station is, the fire department, and the hospital. That's a part of a security assessment, right? So anything happens, we know how to get to the first police station, or at least know where the police are going to be coming from if outside police officers coming in, the fire department, and the nearest hospital. Preferably a level 1 trauma unit where they treat just about anything in the ER. But she doesn't even understand what a level 1 trauma unit is. Candace can't even produce her damn degrees of journalism and English, none of which are science or biology or chemistry or pre-med, nothing. And she's calling them assholes for carrying him to a truck, getting him to a hospital, to a level 1 trauma unit. Within the same time frame, a paramedic would have been able to get to him. And then they still have to triage him. Keep on talking. Brian Harpool is suing you, Candace. I want you to keep on talking.
Fire. You don't know what's happening. You don't know if he's done shooting or not.
Crazy.
How can you tell them in hindsight? Oh, well, they didn't secure his neck. At that point in time, they were probably worried about their own necks. It's a good possibility. So it's completely useless to speculate like that.
We have those images. The audacity of Brian Harpool to sue me over his incompetence. You can't call me incompetent.
But you're saying he's...
And Candace, I'm not suing you, and you are incompetent. And what I will do is do you the favor of reporting your video to the prosecutors and the FBI where you're talking about you withholding evidence or a murder case. You know, a whole felony. And the part where you said you were stalking Erica Kirk, which is also another felony. Also, where you got some fake ass mommy slews impersonating CIA investigators, you know, federal investigators. Impersonation is a federal crime. It's a felony as well. You're looking at 3 whole felonies. Let's not forget you being named in manifestos as the inspiration for mass shooters. There's nothing that is good that comes out of you, heifer. You are incompetent. You're also a dumb demonic alien. Keep on talking. Keep your foot in your mouth. He is suing you. And this video and all others can and will be used against you in the court of law, Candace. Because the jury would love to see this with your arrogant ass.
Incompetent while he's under fire.
Pride comes before the fall.
While he's under fire, Candace. That's not fair. That's not fair. If they weren't under fire and they were in a very well-protected area and there was ambulances there and there was all this medical crew and stuff like that and they had time to be able to figure this stuff out, maybe I would give it to you. But the fact of the matter is a shot took place. They had to get him in that car as fast as possible. They didn't know what else was going to be coming after that shot. They had no idea. So it's not fair to judge him like that. Now she's going to call the 30-06 a magic bullet again.
Hadn't shattered, Charlie Kirk
Why are you
would have
calling
saved.
it like
Charlie
that?
Kirk would not have saved more people that day because the bullet was doing magical things. I think that's what we can expect because I've run this with Baron. I've run it with Tim. Like, give me the other side. We all have to acknowledge that this.
The bullet.
You run this with Baron. Why are you slurring your speech? This is how you know she getting off script. Are you high or drunk or both? What is it? Candace, you're convincing us as the general public, based on our observation of you, that you are under the influence of something. Slurred speech is one of the symptoms of you being under the influence of something that you probably should not be taking when you claim to be pregnant. Because she's a pregnant. Y'all know that? She's a pregnant.
Charlie Kirk would not have saved more people that day because the bullet was doing magical things. I think that's what we can expect because I've run this with Baron. I've run it with Tim. Like, give me the other side. We all have to acknowledge that this.
You run this with Baron Coleman, someone who did not go to medical school. Someone who's not a nurse, a medical practitioner at all. He's not a paramedic, an EMS, EMT. He's not a surgeon. He has no idea where the carotid artery is in the human body. He doesn't even know how to argue the law well, and he went to law school. Running it through him means what? Says the judge, prosecutor, defense team, and jury. They don't give a damn about no Baron Coleman. No one cares that he's roaming the earth. When you go back to Russia, take his bum ass with you.
The bullet was doing magical things. Varmint rounds are not magic, Candace. It's not a magic bullet. Unless we find out that it was not a varmint round. Maybe we find out that it was the big bad bullet. You know what I mean? The one that should have decapitated him. Yeah, may pull me over to your side a little bit more. I don't know. Bullets do crazy things. If they can iterate and show us exactly how this bullet traveled and what kind of bullet it was and everything, it's going to blow your argument apart. I have a feeling that it's going to blow your argument apart when we get to court. When we finally see it in the pretrial in just a few days, which you're conveniently skipping. You're going to be taking off during this time, which, no, you're not. You're going to come back. You're going to say stuff. I have no doubt. You're going to have a lot to defend yourself on. You're not going to let it go that long, go unchecked. So I think you'll be back next week. I really do. I think you'll be back off and on often next week. A lot more often than you would like. So it's one of those things that it's just completely ridiculous that you would call it a magic bullet when you don't even know what kind of bullet it is yet. Oh, it's a 30-06. Yeah, but 30-06 shoots like 17 different rounds. All of them different.
Joseph, let me help you out. Because you already got the frowny face up there. Oh, somebody got the frowny face. You're asking the dumbass question that many of your cohorts and bots have asked already. I'm going to keep my foot on her neck. And there's nothing you can do about it but be mad. So be big mad. You understand that shit don't work on me. Go tell your cult leader to render over my $7,000. And then she can go get the money back from Israel. However that's working for her. Where's my money? You know what? Can we do the dollar challenge again? When the candy ass said, Joseph, give me a super chat. Hey, why the obsession over here? Look at that big old frowny face. What that supposed to do? I done already got on one cult member. Line them up. What that supposed to be doing to me? You act like they're supposed to do something. Joseph. Why the lack of punctuation marks? Where's the question mark? The first letter of the first word of your question should be capitalized. The letter W should be capitalized. And this question should end in a question mark. And it's an incomplete sentence. Why are you obsessed with Candace? Is more complete. Can't make this up, man. This is priceless. Oh, the candy ass is so big mad. Are you big mad that your cult leader is sitting here withholding evidence that could be obstruction of justice? You know, that's a crime. It's a felony. Can't make this up. so big mad. He's so big mad. These little dumbass Russian bots don't come up in here and shake me, child. Please keep frowning. You be big mad. No one cares. Make this up.
I don't know, Candace. You should really think before you talk, because this could make you look really bad when Kirk comes in, and they're like, yeah, it was a varmint round. It was a very light, like a very low-powered round that was shot into him. It's going to make you look so stupid. And if not, then it's going to change my opinion. But I haven't made the opinion that it was definitely a 30-06, and I also haven't made the opinion that it definitely was not, because I understand how nuance is, and I understand that there was a plethora of rounds that he could have chose from. Because I'm not an idiot, Candace. I look at things and go, okay, what could have happened? There's an explanation. Could it have been this? Yeah, it's possible. Let's wait and see. Now she's going to trash them for having a med kit. Okay.
That piece of foil under the map could be like a hypothermia medical emergency blanket. I could definitely see that. I do remember what those look like, and that track.
Yeah, or a sun visor.
With what we saw with our eyes and people are getting cold. They didn't mention it, but maybe they had it. Maybe he had it in his, I don't know, his kit.
When would they have time to actually use it though? They got him in the truck, immediately took off for the hospital, to the point where didn't they state in the affidavit that they were not able to close one of the doors or something like that because the amount of people in the back seat? Brian Harpool also stated that in his interview, right? They had one of the back doors were open. When would there be time to use this blanket or whatever this is? See, the blankets are silver on both sides. It's not like silver on one side and then black on the other side. The entire blanket is silver. It looks like a piece of aluminum foil. It's about as thin as a piece of aluminum foil too. So this would be difficult to say that it's one of those warming blankets, because the warming blankets are aluminum on both sides. Let me look up a photo of a warming blanket. It looks like foil. I'm trying to look at a photo. Hold on, this is emergency. One of those emergency blankets, right? It looks like it's silver on both sides. It's called a Mylar emergency blanket. Yeah, wouldn't that be silver on both sides? So, you know, because candy asses don't read well. Mylar. Mylar, emergency blanket. They sell them at Walmart. God, that thing is like silver on both sides. Yeah, I don't see where it's black on one side and silver on the other. So, when did they have time to use that? Is my question. He cut off his shirt. When did they have time to put that blanket on him? If he cut his shirt off.
I mean, that would have been a lot. He'd be turning into Mary Poppins at that point. But
yeah, I've shown the $27 Walmart medical bag. You know, just the first aid kit. $27 at Walmart. It comes with like 40 foot of gauze. Comes with scissors that cut through clothing easily. Shears, you know, medical shears that cut through clothing very, very easily. I imagine that those scissors will dull after a couple uses, but I mean, you never have a situation where you need to cut clothes unless somebody's actually injured. So, I mean, I'm sure they're sharp right from the get-go. It's just silly. This is so dishonest.
You're just making stuff
You don't
up.
even look into how much med kits cost. And they have expensive ones. They have the $27 bag that comes with everything you would need, actually. And then they go all the way up to like $1,600. There's all these med kits in between, from $100, $50, $1,000, $1,600. Charlie Kirk could have afforded the best, and I'm sure he did have it. But I don't know. He could have had a $27 Walmart kit, and it would have done just fine. So it's just dumb. Now she's going to get into a very...
Especially with the type of gauze they were using. I mean, good grief. It's certain things, you can have a $10,000 medical kit. Certain injuries, you know, you might not have enough tools in a bag and a medical kit to really treat and address. You're talking about a major artery in the neck being severed, where you have this huge volume of blood flowing through it to the brain. And this idiot thinks that there was an explosive device that caused a round circle, perfectly round circle in his neck. Like, good grief.
very creepy rant.
Where is Charlie's shirt?
Who cares?
Andrew Colbert, you're the spokesperson of Turning Point USA. Where is Charlie's shirt?
Candace wants Charlie's bloody shirt because she's a demon and she's trying to do a seance. Why are you asking about something like that? Who would want a bloody shirt? Why are you asking about it? The prosecutor have it as evidence. The end. What if it's needed in a murder trial? You're asking about something where logic says it's either in a bag waiting to be presented as evidence in a murder trial, or the police at the very least has it. Maybe there's a chance they gave it to his widow, Erica Kirk, because her last name is Kirk, whether you like it or not. Why would you ask about that? Candace, you are gross. No one thinks like I want the bloody shirt he was wearing. And never mind, he wasn't my husband. I just want to know what his shirt is, just like I want to know where he's buried. What the hell you gonna do with the shirt? Girl.
To the people that are working at Turning Point USA, any of this strike you was odd?
No. That's not how that works.
Do you really think that by
No.
putting stickers on the ground that say for Charlie, you guys are for Charlie?
This dumb, oh, look at his facial expression from this dumb demon faking it till you make it. Your fake outrage is stupid, Candace. Clearly you do not care about Charlie Kirk. Clearly. You're weaponizing his death to make money. You know, to get all those clicks, views, likes, subs, and money that your cult members are corroborating. They're proving my point. Every time they come up in here talking about she's the queen, she has more money than you, she gets more likes. That's why she's doing this, you little dummies. To the cult members. Bots are bots. I don't really care how they feel. She's doing this for views, clicks, likes, subs, and money. So your cult members are in my chat proving my point and making you look even worse, Candace. You should thank them. This is ridiculous. When she's trying to sit here and look like she's getting the mean mug, this is my serious face. I am woman, hear me roar. It's the face that I give everybody when I know my shit stinks and I just don't want to tell it. The audacity. The call of you people. How dare you not give me his bloody shirt? Candace, hell is hot.
Okay,
Wait,
what?
It just says for Charlie.
Yeah, okay.
Really?
Yeah,
You're for Charlie?
God,
I'm sure they are.
Candace,
I wonder about that.
Okay,
why? You need to read a book.
cool. Well, I'm glad we had that, but I agree. Let's see the shirt. For all we know, it is in evidence. If not,
It's in evidence.
okay, fine. Let's see the shirt. Let's see if it has any burn marks. I don't know. We could take a look at it. I don't care. I'm not opposed.
You know what's so crazy is it's in evidence. It's in evidence. It's physical evidence. Oh man, she doesn't even care. You think she would look up what would be typical, pieces of physical evidence in a murder trial when someone is shot? What would be the more likely plausible pieces of evidence that would be admitted into this case. The shirt he was shot in would be one of those pieces of evidence. And it would not be to discover whether or not there are any burn marks from an exploding mic. It would be to show the ballistics, the trajectory of the bullet. Not to sit here and try to confirm or debunk her dumbass conspiracy theories. You know why? Because the court, the judge, the jury, the prosecutors, even Tyler Robinson's defense team do not care what Candace Owens thinks or feels at all whatsoever. And Lord, we thank you for the fact that her opinions and feelings and emotions have nothing to do with laws or how criminal matters such as a murder trial is heard in the court of law. Facts don't care about your feelings. The shirt is where it should be. It is going to be used as evidence. And not to prove your dumb point. It's moot, Candace. The medical exam is going to debunk you as well. Even though you don't understand how science works, or the human body, or explosives.
They don't have to. By all means, they don't have to keep providing you with evidence, but it's funny to me that you always keep telling them to prove their claim, or not to prove their claim, to prove your claim wrong. They always have to prove your claim wrong, and you never have to show evidence. I think that's a really privileged position to be in. It's a silly position to be in. Now she's going to slander Mikey McCoy for some reason.
Or like the meetings with Doug DeGroot talking about investments and what you're going to do. Is that what they're pumping Mikey with right now? Hey, Mikey, you're going to be the next Charlie. We're going to make so much money. Here's the video right here. We're showing you. Look at Mikey right there.
She literally just slanders him for no reason. She's like, what are they going to do, Mikey? They're going to make you the next
Mike McCoy, please sue her. Say, oh, we'll show you what we'll do. As a matter of fact, TPUSA, go ahead and just drop a lawsuit on her. And name George Farmer as well, because he's sitting back letting all this crap happen. Where's George at now when she's doing these so-called episodes? She is completely off script, by the way. Because Candace is a simpleton and I see straight through her. This is what it's like to see her do a show with no script. No reply said Baron Coleman is her producer. That's how low he's sunken. Baron Coleman, who supposedly has a bar license, is producing Candace Owens' show, The Dumb Alien, who refuses to read. The only thing she has done was taking his so-called advice. Sounds like he giving her a little bit of legal advice, and he should not be doing that for this, but whatever. And told her to release your evidence that you have. And somehow he didn't tell her, you know, if you say you've been sitting on this, Lady Luck Club is going to catch that. You might not want to say that out loud. Candace, you know we're going to report you over to the prosecutor, right?
Charlie Kirk, well, they haven't done that yet. Let's kind of wait. I don't know. This seems a little early, Candace. Maybe let's wait and see if they do that. That's what I would do. But you're already just firing from the hip. It's something that hasn't even happened. Like, it's crazy. When has he tried to be the next Charlie Kirk? It doesn't make sense, Candace.
Just throwing
like you're just so angry. And
she's a woman scorned. No. She's an alien, demonic alien scorned. There you go. She's a demonic alien scorned. Why are you showing photos of the casket, Candace? Why did you need to show this? To pull up a photo of Mikey McCoy? Why was this necessary? This is how disgusting she is. Candace, you can't fake an emotion if you tried for all the money from Russia. You still can't fake it because we see through your dumb ass. Why are you showing that? Never mind, Erica Kirk has 2 kids. One day they're going to grow up and watch this video. Mommy, why is this weird alien lady showing daddy's casket? What? Who is she? Babies, that is the lady that is stalking mommy. She has sources and contacts living in the building. Don't mind her. We're suing her. Can't make this up.
Money, here's the video right here we're showing you. Look at Mikey right there.
She literally just slanders him for no reason. She's like, what are they going to do, Mikey?
photos
Are they going to make you the next Charlie Kirk? Well, they haven't
still
done
can't
that
see
yet.
Mikey
Let's kind of
McCoy.
wait. I don't know. This seems a little early, Candace. Maybe let's wait and see if they do that.
Candace, you get on my nerve.
That's what I would do. But you're already just firing from the hip. It's something that
Oh,
hasn't
this
even
is
happened.
disgusting, man.
Like, it's crazy. When him
Candace, you are deplorable. You are deplorable. Oh my God. Of all of the photos to show, we still don't see Mikey McCoy's face. So if you've never heard of Mikey McCoy, let me know. Did y'all see the photo? Did y'all see his face in this? Hit the 4 if you did not see his face in this video. Hit the 4 if you did not see his face. Because I didn't. I don't even want to have to play this over again. And I only paused it because I want the point to hit home that she did not even have to use this video clip to show us what Mikey McCoy looks like. This is absolutely egregious. And people say, she's not evil. Well, who does this? Who pulls up videos of someone rolling in a casket knowing that there's a dead body in it? You won't even let Charlie Kirk rest in peace. Literally. Why would you show this video just to get people to look at Mikey McCoy? Are there no other photos of Mikey McCoy? She couldn't go to TPUSA's website. I'm sure there's a bio of him and a picture on the website. No, she had to show this. Traumatizing those kids all over again. You know, Charlie Kirk had 2 kids, you dumbass alien. But this is ridiculous. She's so evil.
is he tried to be the next Charlie Kirk? It doesn't make sense, Candace. Like, you're just so angry. And you have no reason to be. It's unbelievable. Now Candace Owens is going to make a claim with no proof about some poster about her. It's very convenient.
You guys knew we wouldn't be. That's stunning to me. Someone sent me a photo in Arlington that they had made a poster at Charlie's memorial site, one of the many around the country, and they had wrote on the poster, "Don't worry, your big sister Candace will figure out what happened." And the Turning Point staff removed the poster. Sent me the photos and everything. I don't have it for you today because we were playing.
What?
I don't have it for you. We'll figure it out later. And then we.
Oh, hold on. You did this whole live streaming for what, Candace? And you talking about they send you photos and you don't have it? So are you trying to say you just need time to forge it? Because you don't have an issue with forging emails and text messages, forgetting fundamentals like date and timestamps, because you're not even smart enough to forge a text. So you got to get the impersonating CIA investigators to send you over some photos. Because if you really had them, you would just show them. This isn't a game. This is not chess. You're just stupid. And her cult members sitting here, why you keep bashing her and calling her names? She's a moron. I'm going to call her exactly what she acts like. And an alien. And that's by her own admission.
It's convenient. But do you have any proof that TPUSA removed it anyway? Like, these are the claims she makes. And then she's like, I don't even have proof to show you. But just trust me, bro. It's just so tiring. She does it so often. Now she's going to accuse Erica Kirk of murder here.
On my intention in this investigation, I want Erica to outlive everyone. I long live Erica Franzfey. Death is easy, actually. Death is easy. Living a long life when everybody knows who and what you are and what you are a part of and what you did. Long live Erica Franzfey.
Candace, I highly doubt people are going to want to mourn you. Bots can't mourn. And your cult members are what they are. And you don't even care about them. You know, because if she cared about her cult members, she wouldn't be telling them to buy her damn merch. Putting more money in her and Brandon Tatum's pockets just to pay her attorney's fees. But she won't tell them when she was still under contract with TPUSA. And somehow her wanting to be back on TPUSA's payroll goes over their head. But, allegedly, they all hate TPUSA. They all hate Erica Kirk, but she wants to work for Erica Kirk because that's exactly what would happen if they were to put her on their payroll. And I pray to God they never stoop that low. They already flew out to her because she was too much of a chicken to go to Arizona and confront all of them. The opportunity she has to face them and say all of this to their face, she becomes a punk ass coward and can't catch a plane to Arizona. The Egyptian planes would have given her a ride, but whatever. She get away at the Egyptian plane. Hey, I need to go to Arizona. Y'all on your way? Oh, there's the blue one. Let me get the yellow Egyptian plane. Can you pick me up? I got to get to Arizona. They challenged me to a debate. Why didn't you go tell this to their face, Candace, when you had the chance? You could have told this to Erica Kirk in her face on national television. And your little punk ass didn't even want to get on a plane and fly out there. Oh, no, it's too sudden. And George got plans. Somehow those plans were insignificant when Erica Kirk flew to Tennessee and still met with you for 4.5 hours. So you could not take time out to go and travel, even for a day trip, to Arizona. At best, stay one night. But you were all of a sudden free when she flew to Tennessee to meet with you for that same date for 4.5 hours. So all those plans somehow went out the window. Because, Boys Club didn't give a damn. He doesn't care what you do. Apparently. He certainly does not care that you're admitting to stalking someone, which is a felony. She should have went out there. Candace, you could have went out there. You could have met up with your direct sources and contacts living in her building. Had dinner with them. Risk them being exposed in person to the public. You could have went your ass out there. No one was stopping you. Except you being a coward. She's a punk ass. Now she got all this energy in front of a camera on YouTube. But she couldn't tell this to their face. That is the type of person we're dealing with. Well, her fake outrage. Candy asses didn't even try to, encourage her. You need to go tell them to their face and look at the evidence and then make sure they put it up in front of a camera so we can all see it. No, her little punk ass didn't want to do that because all of this is public relations. This is a PR stunt for this dumb demon.
What'd she do, Candace? Are we going to keep playing this game? You're flat out accusing her of murdering her husband again. Again. And again and again. And while you claim you don't do that. But then you're like, oh, I hope she lives a long life. Long life. Death is easy. But, I want you to live a long life because I want everyone to know, we all know what you did. Live with it. It's awful. What you are part of. What you did. What's she a part of, Candace? What is she a part of? What did she do?
We're going to take a quick break because it's...
Yeah. That's probably a smart idea for you, isn't it? It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. Of course, she makes a comment here in this. I'm not even going to play it. She makes a comment here like, why would this was such a happy day and everything was good. Who would decide to come out and do something like this to Charlie? I don't know. A bunch of left-wing people that would want to cause a revolution. It's kind of wild, right? It's just so stupid. Of course the left would want him dead. They've been threatening him forever. And they've been making good on their promises. They've been attacking churches. Mass firing up churches. Everywhere. They constantly kill people. But it's okay. It's fine when they do it then. It's not suspicious. But when they do it to Charlie, it's suspicious. Here she does make more claims with no proof.
They wanted to take over Turning Point USA. That's what I think. Anyway. But I hope you guys realize now you won't. None of you will have it. None of you will have it. It will burn to the ground.
It'll all burn to the ground.
Yeah, because Candace probably is going to go out there and set it on fire. In person, physically speaking. Why is anyone giving her the benefit of the doubt over there at TPUSA? Erica Kirk, you're going to have to do a protection or restraining order. This is beyond harassment. It's pathetic and despicable. And a judge would be disturbed to see her obsession over someone else's husband who's deceased. And then to drag Erica Kirk, call for her to be jailed where she committed no crime, while she admits to stalking her, which is a crime. Candace, take your ass over to Arizona. I dare you. Won't you take your little ass out there and go tell them that to their face? Why don't Candy asses and the Russian bots boost her ass up to go over there to Arizona? Yeah, you go tell them face to face. We got your back. And then they're going to sit back and just watch that happen. Her little punk ass will never say this to Erica Kirk's face. Erica Kirk, you're going to have to get a protection order, though. I can imagine Candace setting someone on fire and then blaming it on her baby. It was a pregnancy. You have no idea what I'm carrying. See the Chucky? What are you carrying, Candace? If it's a sack of fluid, oh my God, you're going to catch it. My God.
The whole world knows
that
the story you were trying to spin, despite the celebrity power, the political power, the military power. Everyone knows it's horseshit. You do.
Yeah, sure.
And you
sure.
are
You too.
Oh,
do you really think Blakey Neff, Graham Allen, and Paramount Not So Tactical were going to delude the public into the absurd?
Into what?
Candace, you realize all three of these people you just named could be witnesses and testify against you? Didn't you send Paramount Tactical a preservation letter? You plan on trying to get some level of discovery to use from him against Brian Harper. Did y'all know that? She sent Gary from Paramount Tactical a preservation letter. Her attorneys. And it's laughable. But you keep saying Gary not so tactical. And it's like, what does that mean? It's got to be the most rudimentary dig you've ever tried to throw someone's way. It's like listening to a 5-year-old go off on a set of blocks. How dare you sit and make this tower? Boosh. Listening to Candace is like listening to a 4-year-old have tea time by herself with 5 stuffed animals. And then they somehow talk and it's all in her head. And watching a real 5-year-old have a tea party would be adorable. For a 37-year-old alien that's pregnant, not so much. That's what I see in this. This is a 5-year-old screaming out for attention like a woman scorned, having a tea party where no one is real or listening. It's just a bunch of stuffed animals.
All we've done was ask for proof, Candace. We haven't done anything. What do you mean? We haven't put stories out there. We haven't done anything like that. That's what's funny. God. I haven't seen Gary from Paramount Tactical put claims and stories out there. I haven't seen Blake Neff put claims and stories out there. I have not put claims and stories out there.
I think
what we have done is every time you make a claim, we just ask you to back the claim.
Sure.
Is that such a bad thing, Candace?
Yeah, it's bad.
I mean, it's crazy. Now she's going to play a clip from Charlie Kirk, but she suspiciously cuts it. Watch this.
And yeah, on that particular Saturday, he didn't, because Erica, I don't know, had another one of these visions from God.
Yeah, she doesn't actually. She just makes a comment to Charlie about his phone being on Saturday.
Take a listen to what Charlie shared.
Tell us about how do you find out about this happening? I keep asking everybody this.
Yeah.
Tell us what your initial reaction was that night.
It was a really strange day. I usually turn my phone off on Saturdays. I honor the Shabbat, and I'm not Jewish, but I think it's important that we Christians do. And yet I have my phone on.
Yeah, you hear that, Candace? Oh man, this is he said I think it's important that Christians honor the Shabbat. Cut your phone off. Spend time with family. Meanwhile, you're asking about a bloodied shirt he was shot in. Is this you sipping tea? Is that symbolic? Because I'm willing to bet there's nothing in that cup. That is how damn delusional Candace is. There's nothing in this cup. I mean, what you expect to be in that cup? Like some hot tea or something like that? You can imagine that's probably like lukewarm at this point. Or it could just be water, but who drinks water out of a mug like this? I don't think there's anything in it. I think she's trying to do this like, she's sipping on tea or something. Like she dropping the tea.
Because I was trying to help make J.D. Vance the Vice President of the United States. So it's just had some calls to make. Let's just put it that way.
We'll put it that way.
And
yeah.
so my phone was on, and Erica, my wife, was like, yeah, I think God wants you to have your phone on today. I was like, okay, sure. So we went down.
Yeah. And she said that because he already had his phone on. He knew he couldn't turn his phone off for the day. She's like, you know what? And just gave the excuse, like, wasn't trying to shame Charlie over it. She supported him over having his phone. She goes, yeah, you're clearly busy today. Maybe God wants you to have your phone on today.
Onto our complex has this big gym, and I have my daughter in my arms.
See, if Candace were smart, she actually would have ended up saying like, oh, Erica Kirk clearly knew that this assassination attempt on Trump was going to happen today, which you'll see why that's important.
And I just turned to the television.
You can come out. That's it.
And because I saw
that's it. You can. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's just all. But hey, let's actually finish that, Candace, because it's important.
As this big gym, and I had my daughter in my arms, and I just turned to the television screen, and because I saw Trump take the stage. Okay, whatever. And then, 10 minutes, I just turned to the screen, and all of a sudden, there's a bunch of agents around Trump. And I'm like,
do you hear the pop?
No, there's no audio because it's a gym.
Okay, so there's no audio.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this.
You're looking at it,
so my initial reaction was, oh, this is like 2016. Remember when all the agents came around Trump?
Yeah.
Al's story was the lead, and it was a false alarm in the crowd. I was like, okay, this is just like a false alarm thing. I was like, wait a second, he has blood on him. And so I'm walking across, it was like a movie, walking across this gym to the screen, and I get right up to it, and there is bloody Donald Trump defiantly putting his fist up. Immediately I have my phone, and I go in the chat, I said, guys, something is very wrong. Very wrong. I was like, I think he got shot. And so
and then he found out through his phone that that's what happened.
Yep.
Do you understand why he made that comment? Come on, Candace. It's just awful. And you cut this out for a reason. Because you knew it would make...
It's the same thing she did with the footage from Tyler Robinson. He never used the word vehicle or some shit. It's like, who cares? Vehicle, car, automobile. I think the average reasonable person that does have a brain would understand that an automobile, car, or vehicle would be pretty much the same thing. A truck is a truck. That's something distinct. No, he should say car all the time, not vehicle. Or he doesn't say vehicle. Like, what's wrong with you? Who cares? We get the point. But she cut that off and truncated the video to fit her dumb point. But then at the end of the video, he actually says the word she lied about him never saying. When's she gonna come out and apologize for that? Candace, you said you like being, corrected when you're wrong and shit. Your cult members don't even want us correcting you. I don't care.
Makes sense at that point. And Charlie truly believed that he had his phone on him and that God wanted him to have his phone that day. And you're questioning that out of Charlie.
Hey, Mama Sage.
But see, you had to make it about Erica. And to make it about Erica, you had to cut the clip short.
Exactly. Sure.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. Now, you should have ended up coming out and going, well, Erica Kirk clearly knew this was going to happen. So they were leading Charlie to keep his phone on him. So then he would figure it out. As if they knew he was going to go to the gym at that time, and then he wasn't going to have sound coming out of the TV. Because that makes sense, Candace. Now.
And is there still a window of opportunity for people who are in there who, do I know more stuff? Yes, of course I do. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, you are.
You know
more stuff, and you're going to withhold it from the audience so you have more videos that you can...
No, better yet, you're going to withhold this from a murder investigation? A whole felony? Against federal laws? Candace does not care about our rule of law in the United States of America. As a matter of fact, Candace Owens, the dum-dum, an idiot. Does not care about the United States of America in general. She literally believes she's above the rule of law. Yeah, we'll test that theory, Candace.
Make later on to keep your career going.
Why doesn't Candace just drop everything she has in one episode? Oh, yeah. I love checkers. Why doesn't she just say everything so we can...
Oh, so this is chess to you.
This is
Instead
hate
of
for
just
her.
putting the proof out there, which cannot be argued or changed, instead you're just going to withhold evidence
Yep,
for future episodes that you know will line your pockets.
violating law.
See, if you had actual proof, it can't be changed. So yes, this does make you sound like an idiot, Candace.
We can just all commute and change our stories and make everything
Make
fit
them.
and then stick to it. You guys think I'm an idiot?
You are.
Yes.
It's called obstruction. And you're still dumb and ignorant of the law. You have how many attorneys? Candace, you have court July 27th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take your black ass to court. Since your cult members seem to here want to fantasize about black on black hate and women on women hate and blah, blah, blah hate. Hate. Like I give a damn. Go to court. Let's see you talk all this hot shit in court or to their faces. You will never say this to Erica Kirk's face. You got to hide behind a camera. Baron Coleman can't tell you any damn legal sound advice. He's a moron. It's funny when her own attorneys are not trying to dismiss the entire lawsuit. You know, just discrete parts. So there goes Baron Coleman's argument right there. Her own attorneys demolished Baron Coleman's argument. All that foolishness and buffoonery he was throwing out, yelling and screaming, acting like a petulant child, throwing a tantrum. I want my cookies and milk. Yeah, you gotta laugh at this stupidity. If not, it'll give you a headache.
It's because even if you put the stuff out one by one, they could still have time to change their stories. What are you talking about? You putting it out one by one does not change anything, Candace, at all. And you have not once been able to show that they changed their stories. So it's really bad. It's really bad. Your entire strategy is bad.
It's not
Very
even
bad.
strategy.
Anyway, Candace Owens ends up going and doing the same thing here that she accuses TPUSA of doing.
I agree with you. How I was stunned by how quickly they moved toward acceptance. Like I did not accept it. I don't accept it. You know,
No care.
I now accept he's dead. He's not coming back. I had to close that, you know.
That's what they accepted, that he's gone. What are you talking about? But you did the exact same thing. So you're here, and the only time you cry in your video, which was released September 11th, 2025, to my friend Charlie Kirk, the only time you cry is at the very end of the video. Now, I'm not going to accuse you of fake crying.
I will. She had to squeeze the hell out of those 3 tears. You could probably count the number of tears she shed from one eye. From one eye, let alone both. I wonder if she had to pause. See, when this stuff is pre-recorded and pre-scripted, if they know how to edit this smoothly, she could have paused the video and just did some eye droplets. She didn't even have, like, her voice didn't really crack or anything. And anybody can fake it till you make it, because that's all Candace does. Fake it till she make it. So her fake crying is not, to me, it wouldn't shock me with her doing that. She will fake a text message, fake an email, especially from a federal agency or the U.S. Army. She will fake whole letters from her sycophants and cult members. But yet and still, it is not hard to believe that she will fake cry. Candace weaponizes God to pull on people's emotional heartstrings for views. So her fake crying, for her, that's child's play. She does that all the time. She barely cries. I wouldn't be surprised if she had to pause the video and say, look, I've been at this for 20 minutes, because this video is like all of 23 minutes long. I've been at this for about 22 good minutes. I cannot seem to cry for some odd reason. George, can you hand me the Visine? Just drop some water in my eyes or whatever. We got to give some real effect here. Because she waited to the 22-minute mark to try to squeeze out some tears. Candace, next time I hope you put that Visine in your mouth and swallow it. This is so ridiculous. I would not put it past her to pause this thing and have them edit and just keep it running smoothly. And she used some Visines in her eyes. Had to use some eye droplets. Make it seem like she crying. Might even be real tears. I don't put that past her at all. Yet again, all this big talk you talking, Candace, you will never say it to Erica Kirk's face. You coward.
That's not what I'm here to do. But throughout this whole video,
He was inside of the gas station. And eventually him, and I think it was actually him and Aaron when that tweet happened. And we were doing what I used to refer to as like the Charlie dance. Like, oh, do you support her statements? And I just remember we were happy warriors and we laughed a little. He isn't afraid of you being you. He said, I'm going to tell her it sounds like a sneeze.
No,
it's horrible.
Get to her face.
Our relationship was forged in fire, the fire of politics. When they said, oh, the person who probably was the intermediary when Trump called. In the end, Charlie was going through a spiritual transformation.
Here's the problem, though. You hadn't talked to Charlie for almost 2 years at this point. I get it. You were friends with him at one point. I'm not saying it's not sad. Especially if you were, even if you were enemies.
Yeah, perfect.
You were both still somewhat on the same team to a degree, right? I mean, at least perceived. I think you were a leftist undercover this whole time.
Yep.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I do believe that to be the case.
Take it till you make it.
But at the end of the day, you cry at the end of this video, and then the very next video you do, which is September 15th, just 4 days later, you already started accusing TPUSA, and the investigation had only just been going. Like, it wasn't anywhere near stopping. There were no weird things at this point in time. She questions Netanyahu being involved immediately. The lies about Charlie Kirk from TPUSA that she couldn't prove. Questions about the investigation. She's questioning the whole investigation, and they hadn't even really done anything yet. Nothing definitive was coming out at this point in time.
She didn't care.
She wouldn't even let the investigation take its place, which it's still open.
She said she didn't care.
Still open. She goes throughout this whole video. She never cries one time.
On this campus.
His roommate.
It's time to did this because you need to understand again in a move.
When you hate the Jewish state.
Doesn't cry a single time in this video, and she never cries a single day after this. Ever. The one episode, September 11th, she cries. Then she consistently does the episode episodes every single week after that. Just 4 days later, she kicks it off with the whole conspiracy theory. She started the conspiracy theories before TPUSA even formally responded. Before Erica Kirk came out to the public.
Because it's a PR stunt for her. It's like the early bird gets the worm, right? Just in the world of journalism, sometimes it's very helpful if you're trying to get views to be the first one to release something so salacious and eye-opening before anyone else does it. So when you're trying to get people who are like the first to report on something, oftentimes they probably will have a huge influx of views because no one else has talked about this and it's a fresh, new case going on or a new story to report on. This is all about PR for Candace. She wants to be on TPUSA's payroll for public relations. She's a straight out bullshitter. That's it. She has not said any of this to their face in person. And it's crazy when she was offered the opportunity. No, I got plans. I can't do it. Anytime, anywhere. Y'all see how she talks hot shit? And then when it's time, okay, put your money where your mouth is. Come on out here. Oh, no, I can't do that. No. It must be virtual. But Erica Kirk flies to Tennessee. She can go meet her in person. because it's a PR stunt. Candace would have been utterly embarrassed and destroyed in real time if she would have flew out to Arizona to TPUSA with just facts and evidence. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is not court. And if for her to still walk away doing this 4 or 5 months later, after the invite, she still kept attacking and dogging out Erica Kirk, TPUSA, everybody that worked for TPUSA, just on and on and on. This is why I said that meeting in Tennessee was futile unless Erica Kirk sues her and uses that meeting to show that I tried to, in good faith, correct her on her false statements and falsehoods. And she still, went out. We wanted to show that we can prove malice intent. Otherwise, that meeting is null and void. You walked away with her still doing this, and she doubled down on it. She didn't correct shit. She still called it Fed slop, but then said, oh, well, it's not the FBI spearheading it, it's the prosecutor. Why not repeat that fundamental fact? The lies are what she repeats over and over. She's recycling through conspiracy theories. That was not an emergency live stream. It was a bit of shit. Well, she clearly does not know how blood works. Recycling the same old nonsense that she's been saying for 9 months. When you're not smart enough to read and research for yourself, asking the same question over and over and over again is the epitome of stupidity. Just like doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result is the epitome of stupidity. Candace being an idiot is an understatement. She is vile and evil. You showed Charlie Kirk being carried in a casket just to point out Mike and McCoy when you could have just put up a photo of Mike and McCoy. She showed that photo, that clip, that video clip of them carrying Charlie in the casket for effect. To try to get her base riled up, throwing them red meat. In that video, they could have put, if it's available to the public, her cult members could have looked it up themselves. But what kind of person sits here and just weaponizes videos of someone being carried in a casket like that? That's not normal. That's sick and sadistic. It's evil and twisted and perverse. You sitting here talking about you having visions where he coming to you in your vision and he's deceased. No regard for the rule of law. No regard for the word of God. Using a video clip of him being carried in his casket, but have the audacity to sit here and say, I want to know where he's buried. Her dumbass cult members talking about he's still alive. And her co-signing off on that nonsense. Then she does an emergency stream and says, I have to come to grips that he's dead. So that kind of goes against your cult. You do understand your cult members are walking around here talking about he's still alive. Your cult members are doing it, Candace. You can't even get a handle on your dumb cult. They're the ones going around repeating this talking point from you about him still being alive. Now in this emergency live stream, I got to accept the fact he's dead. He's not coming back. You mean? So to the cult members, candy asses, your cult leader just debunked you all. You're even dumber for having believed her on anything.
It's crazy. And never sheds another tear.
Nope.
And yet she has the gall to sit there and be like, well, Erica Kirk isn't emotional enough. Erica Kirk cried over Charlie Kirk publicly more than you have. It's unbelievable. If you're going to call someone out for that, you better make sure that you were doing more, and you weren't. Now, she talks about, there's some random commenter that talks about, we've always been told over here in whatever country they're from in Eastern Europe, that we should always stay away from Americans and don't talk to them or they'll traffic you. And she's like, they see proof right here. We do shady things in Eastern Europe. That's what happens. and then just trashes America. Throws America under the bus
No
completely.
reply.
No proof, just somebody's comment. And then she makes this claim with zero proof.
No one comes for the
Oh,
kings and
hold on.
queens. I am, if you have not heard, Time's most vile person of the year. You know, there's a lot of
There we go. And it's because you make
You are vile. You just showed a video clip of Charlie Kirk being carried in a casket. Something that would be traumatizing to the reasonable person with a brain and a soul. Candace, when you don't have a heart and you do not pump warm blood through your body, you reptilian, it's easy to call you vile. It takes a vile person to show something like that. You understand how traumatic that is? You got perfect strangers that may have never met Charlie face to face that cares more than Candace. She can't even respect the fact that he's deceased. She was not invited to the funeral for a reason. And now you all can see why. And yet she goes out and plays this video. I don't care if it is available to the public. Let the public go see that themselves. Why are you showing it? All just so you can sit here and try to insult Mikey McCoy. Most of us didn't even see his damn face. You could have just pulled up a photo of him. No, her dumb ass want to sit here and try to, just show us even the more how vile and evil and disgusting she is. That was just disgusting and distasteful. No reason to sit here and show any deceased person in a casket trying to point out one of the men carrying the casket. Just put a picture up of Mikey McCoy. And then you insulting him. For what? No one said, he never said he was trying to replace Charlie Kirk. Erica Kirk never said that either. They know that he cannot be replaced. They're all different people. We thank God that we all were created different and unique in our own way. And yet still in God's image. Ain't God good? God took time to create us as human beings in his image and was still creative enough to give all of us on earth, all of us human beings, because Candace isn't an alien, but for human beings here on earth, gave us unique markers in our DNA. Even if you are an identical twin, you still have genetic markers that are very distinguishable to you. Even our fingerprints are unique. That's the God we serve. A God who is creative enough to create us all uniquely different. So to say as a Christian, I'm trying to be like someone, is pretty much invoking some level of envy. It's like telling God, I don't think you did a good job creating me, and I want to be like somebody else. It's a slap in the face. Even the Bible says we're uniquely and wonderfully made in his image. Mike and McCoy, Erica Kirk are not Charlie Kirk. They're all three different people. One's a whole grown woman that married him and gave him 2 babies. And neither of them ever said that they were trying to replace Charlie Kirk. That's not possible to do. Charlie Kirk was his own individual. There's no replacing him. And if anybody's trying to be like Charlie Kirk, it's this dumb demonic alien right here, Candace Owens. She comes up with dumb nonsense, and yet you can't tell them that to their face. Your punk ass still did not fly to Arizona and tell them to their face. When a coward has to sit here and tell us human beings how we should feel for loss of a loved one, Candace can kick rocks. No one owes her that. We don't have to take her seriously. An alien telling human beings how to feel. The audacity.
Make claims with zero proof. That's why you're vile. You shouldn't make claims with zero proof. It's a vile thing to do.
You can have 2 properties. You can vacay down in Miami. All you have to do is let Charlie Kirk die and play your audience like they're dumb when it's so obvious that they're being told lies.
No.
Okay, but wouldn't this be easy to prove? If they are lies, you should be able to prove it instead of just
I hope
claiming
so,
that they're
though.
lies. And that's what's frustrating, you know? She also says this. I just want to rub her nose in this a little bit.
So I just want to let you guys know, like all of the smaller YouTube accounts, like I see your stuff, I see your videos.
I know you do, Heifer. I know you do. All these smaller YouTube accounts, I see your stuff. I see your videos. Because she's worried about more of what we think than her own cult members. Candace, I told the cult members that you were watching. I already told you. I don't have to say I hate you. You don't pay my bills. I literally do not even have to invoke feelings into this. I could do this neutral and impartial with keeping my foot on your neck. That's why I'm able to look up laws and say flat out, keep on obstructing if you want to. We will be sending videos over to prosecutor since you want to sit and withhold evidence trying to play some dumbass game of chess. Keep on. The only way she learned the laws is over here. Baron Coleman not teaching her about a law. Probably the only time she even reads one or hear a law being read. She doesn't even really give her own attorneys the respect they deserve. You got attorneys trying to withdraw from the Macron lawsuit, Candace, because you keep attacking Jewish people and your attorneys are Jewish. You can't even keep an attorney, let alone listen to them. That's part of what attorneys do. They give legal counsel and wisdom. They know what's best. They know what works in court. They cannot go in and explain why she continued with the defamation after being sued. Those attorneys will not be able to explain it. That goes to show she doesn't even take the advice of her own attorney she's paying for. And no, never mind. Her cult members are paying for it. But she'll tell her cult members, y'all keep buying my t-shirts while I, dodge, duck, and deflect away from these 2 lawsuits. More people need to be suing her ass. Inundate her ass with lawsuits. That's what should be happening.
The people like John Bray, the people who are curious, who have sent in little details. This is all you. Like this, I have a platform. This is not even my platform. Like I will have this platform for however long God.
No, it's your platform. Funny how it's your platform when it comes to you sitting here talking about I get to say what I want. This is my platform. God is not going to tell you to sit here and say you are having visions where you're communing with a dead person. Some unfamiliar spirit. That's demonic. It's witchcraft. God is not going to tell you to go after a widow when there are various scriptures that we've all gone over several times saying to protect and defend widows. Even God is a defender of the widows. That's the word of God. And you talking about this platform is God's platform. The devil is a liar, and so are you, Candace Owens. You and the devil are a liar. And all them voices in your head. Dumb demon alien. Sitting here telling us how God works. Look, girl, bye. Bye, Felicia.
Wills it, but
What did she mean by that? This isn't her platform? What?
this investigation belongs to all of us. And I just wanted to say that you have no idea how patient you guys have been with me with the.
But anyway, she doesn't watch my channel, though. She blocked me immediately just because I asked for proof. Who does that?
How many times I call
Why
her
would you
dumb
block
heifer?
me for asking for proof? I was not harsh to Candace. There was nothing I did wrong.
And that's why you block all the trolls. It's amazing how I'm not blocked. Candace, keep watching. You and your dumb cult members. Keep on watching, heifer. Yeah. I would love to ensure that you get, at the very least, interrogated for obstruction of justice and interference. Yep. The only time her name came up in court is when they're trying to assess the level of bias that this jury might be subjected to because of her dumbass conspiracy theories. That's so crazy. Otherwise, no one in that courtroom will give a damn about you, Candace Owens. They won't give 2 craps. When you going to be ready to ET phone home?
She blocked me. And I have not accused Candace of anything. I have not made any false claims. I have not made any claims without evidence. So why is she so against me? Interesting.
He's just a coward.
It's interesting, right? And then
I
the
agree.
final thing I want to show is just a little bit of hypocrisy.
Our freedom. Like we're getting really close to something very dark and not just as
Yeah, it might lead back to George Farmer because we're still waiting on his alibi. Candace, you gonna tell us how much you paid Tyler Robinson or what? What was George Farmer at on September 10th, 2025? Where were you at? You claim to have exclusive photos prosecutors don't even have. You sitting on a treasure trove of evidence, but you won't submit it over to law enforcement. You have information related to a crime and you won't report it because you're trying to play chess. You know how irritating it would be for a judge to hear that? Are you actually you claiming to have evidence that you're sitting on and intentionally withholding that could have some effect on this case? What you mean? I wouldn't be surprised if they got a gag order on her. I would not be surprised if they had enough evidence to entertain a motion for a gag order against her dumb ass because she, like I already said, she is the one spearheading all of these conspiracy theories. She sparked all these conspiracy theories off. And now she's paying the price for some of it by getting hit with a lawsuit. TPUSA and Erica Kirk are going to have to sue her ass. They're going to have to. Because at the very least, it gets her attention. I'm not putting anything past her either. I would not put it past her to be stalking Erica Kirk, to do anything violent, to get in some physical fight, to go out and start a fire. Like I don't put that stuff past her. I don't owe her that. She out of her mind. A woman scorned cannot match even the fury in hell. So her dumb ass is gonna go out here and single-handedly walk into a crime and get her ass locked up.
country as we have seen globally.
We're getting very close to something. As she said for the past 10 months. Tell me what y'all think about this down in the comment section.
Oh, Artie, you're awesome. Thank y'all so much, man. We're running a little bit late for our second live stream. Like I said, I did not have any intention on being this long, but this we going on almost 3 hours. Jim, I got your email. I will check because I don't have Facebook, so I would have to see what comes up with your link. But I did get your email. If you have the ability to do a screenshot, I'm not getting Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg will not get my information. But if you have a way to send me over some photos or something like that, Jim, please do. But I certainly will try to link after the live stream, the second one for the evening. All right. Let's see here. I want to make sure I got all of y'all's emails. I think Sifa sent another photo. Let me close these out. And thank y'all so much for the information. Thank you, No Reply, and Sifa for the info and the thumbnails and stuff. I appreciate it. That way we can all learn something. Don't expect Candace to give you facts or anything. She barely reads. Where's the one you sent me, Sifa? Tyler Robinson's bravest defense. Oh, this is good. Hold on one sec. We're going to get on this photo. Oh, this is priceless. Hold on, y'all. Tomorrow we're going to have our watch party of the Bride of Chucky. From Facts Me, the Bride of Candace. Same thing. Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Bride of Candace, whatever. So we'll have a watch party on that. That's a little over an hour. And then July 1st, we will have Ryan Morrow joining us in the LLC. So make sure you guys are able to tune in and show your support 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am very excited about it and amped. So set your notifications on. Let me see if this photo came through. Set your notifications on. Make sure you hit the button notify me. If you go to the actual scheduled live stream video, you can, right next to where the like buttons are, just hit notify me and you'll get that notification. Hopefully he's able to stream to his channel as well. Oh, this is something else. So I'm excited about that. Come prepared to ask many, many questions. It's absolutely amazing. If you have not seen his collab he's done with Gary from Paramount Tactical, make sure you guys check that out. Candace trying to move assets. That's I wouldn't be shocked. She don't even want to go to court. Y'all, Tyler Robinson's bravest defender. Candace, you such a dumb demon. Don't worry, BB, I'll protect you. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's exactly what she is. She's trying to get this man off of murder. Can't make this up. Now I got some supers right quick, you all. And then we're done with this live. Susan, thank you for the $5 super. In all my years, I have never known or seen a woman or man spew so much hate and tells outrageous lies. Love your channel. Thank you so much. That warms my heart, Susan. We come with truth and facts. That's why I don't have a problem pulling up laws. Candace, you can still kick rocks. Thank you for the 5. We got Amy is a new member of the LLC. Shout out to you. And thank you so much for the support, honey. There's the article link that was cited in the summary regarding obstruction and withholding evidence. Legalclarity.org. Make sure you guys go check that out. Reading is fundamental. We do it here in the LLC. And then thank you, user, for the $2 super. Candace knew him, makes the obsession weirder. Exactly. She worked for him for 19 months and everything. It's so gross. And George is saying nothing. That's why I hope his ass gets named as a co-defendant. Now you're going to have to explain why you never intervened and told her to go have several seats and make you a sandwich. Yeah, he got it coming. That karma is going to be something else. Thank you so much, user. Thank you again, user, for the $2 super. Kanye is the father. George Farmer is not straight. Candace is going off the deep end so bad. I highly doubt Kanye would even want to procreate. And he's got what, 6 kids or something? Yeah, you see the women he married. He can't make this up. Thank you so much, user, for that $2 super. Shout out to all of you all. Sometimes you just gotta laugh a little bit. Candace is disgusting and gross. I think the worst part about that dumbass live stream was her showing that video of that casket. That just, it's so unnecessary. So you guys tune in tomorrow for the watch party of the bride of Chucky, Candace, George, whatever. And shout out to all of you all. Hit that like button and hype it up. Make sure you hype it up. Let's get the views up and get this information up in the algorithm, because many people are going to want to know about the law of this obstruction. So thank y'all. If you can, tune into the next live. We're going to be talking about Umar and Carmelo Anthony and his nonsense. But if not, I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.